From tonight here at Wrigley Field. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Talk Cubs on Rahimi, Harris, and Grody. Middays 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score. This is the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network. WSCR, WSCR FM, and HD1, Chicago.
Cubs Tigers at Wrigley Field. The pitching matchup is sponsored by Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Enjoy the laid-back experience of Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Left-hander David Peterson making his fourth start with the Cubs. Overall, he's 4-7 this year with a 6+ ERA between the Cubs and the Mets. Fellow left-hander Framber Valdez is on the hill for the Tigers, 5-6, a 4+ ERA. He last pitched 12 days ago, 7 innings, just 1 run allowed against the A's, 9 strikeouts. It's time for baseball at Wrigley Field. Cubs, Tigers, Pat, Ron, next on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs talk on your ride home. Spiegel and Holmes, afternoons 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score.
Want to rethink what's possible? How about being an investor? Not just in your future, but in the future. Well, it all starts with Invesco QQQ. For more than 25 years, this single ETF has given investors a direct line to the NASDAQ 100. That's 100 leading innovators behind advances in personal tech, science, and robotics, just to name a few. And you can access it all with Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility.
Investing in ETFs, including possible loss of money. ETFs' risks are similar to those of stocks. Investments in the tech sector are subject to greater risk and more volatility than more diversified investments. The NASDAQ 100 Index comprises the 100 largest non-financial companies on the NASDAQ. You can't invest directly into an index. Before investing, consider the fund's investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses. Visit Invesco.com for a prospectus containing this information. Read it carefully before investing. Invesco is not affiliated with the Chicago Cubs. Invesco Distributors, Inc.
Chicago weather is tough. Your home siding should be tougher. Hardy Siding is engineered for our climate. James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Learn more at jameshardy.com.
Hey Cubs fans, Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer here. This Cubs season, listen to the Cubs in crystal clear FM quality on 104.3 The Score.
It's got a chance! Gone! Pete Crow Armstrong with a long home run.
Imagine listening to all the action on FM.
Cubs baseball has never sounded this good.
Listen to every game on your home of the Cubs. 104.3 The Score.
Presented by the official sports book of The Score. Circa Sports. Sports betting the way it should be with no bet fee.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast is presented by ZipRecruiter. Find out why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try it free at ZipRecruiter.com/team.
And now, Odyssey and 104.3 The Score bring you Chicago Cubs baseball on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Gone! 3-run homer, Ian Happ. Swinging a line drive base hit. He has done it. Pete Crow Armstrong has hit for the cycle. Bush drives one in the air. This ball's got a chance. Gone! This is what you came here for. You got the Cubs game on The Score.
Chicago Cubs baseball is presented to you in part by the Volvo XC90, Benny's Beverage. Chicago Cubs baseball is presented to you in part by the Volvo XC90, Benny's Beverage Depot, Benjamin Moore, Grand Appliance, James Hardy Building Products, Laturo Tire, It's Not a Game, Illinois.com, Old National Bank, Sea Glass Wine, Sloan, Southwest Airlines, Xfinity, your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers, and Yingling, the oldest brewery in America. And now, here's the Hall of Famer, Pat Hughes, and All-Star Ron Coomer, with all the exciting play-by-play action of Chicago Cubs baseball.
Chicago Cubs baseball is on the air from Wrigley Field in Chicago. It's time for Game 2 of this 3-game series between the Chicago Cubs and the Detroit Tigers. Good evening, everybody. Along with former Cub and All-Star Ron Coomer, it's Pat Hughes reporting. Zach Zaidman working alongside. We all thank you for joining us. It's a beautiful summer night here at Wrigley, a little on the cloudy side, but it has cooled off a little bit, 77 degrees. Excellent night for Game 2. The Cubs lost the opener, a tough 10-inning, 8-6 setback last night. Let's see if they can even up this series tonight against the men from Motown, the Detroit Tigers. Starting pitchers are left-handers. It'll be David Peterson on the mound for the Cubs. Framber Valdez, the former Astro in his first year with Detroit, starts for the Tigers. Let's go ahead and get right to the starting lineups for tonight's game. Brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Leading off for the visitors from the Motor City, Gleyber Torres at second base. Kevin McGonigal at shortstop. Batting third and playing third, Hao-Yu Lee. Dylan Dingler is the designated hitter. Dingler batting cleanup. Riley Green in left. The first baseman is Spencer Torkelson. Matt Vierling to bat seventh. Vierling in center field is Jake Rogers. Those are the Tigers. Here are the Cubs. Even with their loss last night, the Cubs still a very healthy 12 games over 500. It'll be Pete Crow Armstrong leading off in center. Seiya Suzuki, the designated hitter. Batting third and playing third is Alex Bregman. Carson Kelly catching. Kelly the cleanup man. Michael Bush at first. Nico Horner at second. Ian Happ batting seventh in left field. Dansby Swanson at shortstop. And batting ninth in right field, Kevin Alcantara. We are ready to go. Beautiful night at Wrigley. Big crowd on hand. Back to get it started right after this. You are listening to The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Mully and Haw. Mornings 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The Score.
One of the best ways to lower the carbon footprint of your business, manufacturing, or industrial facility is with mechanical insulation. Let the Heat and Frost Insulators and Illinois Regional Insulation Contractors perform an energy assessment on your facilities. With a simple energy assessment, they'll show you ways to save money and make your facilities greener. Mechanical insulation creates efficiency and saves money. It often pays for itself in less than a year with energy savings. For a list of skilled Illinois Regional Insulation Contractors, visit local17insulators.com.
Every team needs a closer. Injured? Dial Pound Law. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs. Morgan & Morgan, 332 South Michigan Avenue, Chicago.
It's game time, and that makes it the perfect time for a flight by Yingling. At just 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and packed with flavor, Flight is the next generation of light beer from the oldest brewery in America. Look for Flight wherever of light beer from the oldest brewery in America. Look for Flight wherever you buy beer. Patrick, Cubs need to get back in the right track. They had a chance to win a ball game late in the ball game yesterday. Didn't get the situational hitting done. You want to get back on track here in this ball game.
Absolutely. Another sellout crowd on hand. And they are ready to make some noise. Gleyber Torres, the right-handed batting second baseman, will lead it off for Detroit. David Peterson on the mound. 77 degrees. Feels good. A little cool breeze blowing. A lot of the humidity has blown away. And we are ready for baseball. Thank you for joining us. The tall left-hander ready to work, but now time called by the home plate umpire, Nick Marley. I think one of the gates is open over near the box seats adjacent to the Cubs' third base dugout. You don't want those gates open.
I think someone wants to play.
Here's the first pitch to Torres, and he swings and fouls it away, and away we go. David Peterson overall 4-7, combining his numbers with the Mets and the Cubs. The long-legged lefty deals. This pitch is fouled away. Ron, as you think about David Peterson pitching for the Cubs tonight, what's on your mind?
Well, I think a couple things. One, understanding the ballpark. The wind is blowing in today from left field, so really be on the attack.
Here's the 0-2, fastball high.
And then with that, when you're on the attack and you're a guy like Peterson who has a good two-seam fastball and you induce a lot of ground balls, you know, I just think if you do give up some fly balls, they're going to stay in the yard today.
Swing and a miss, strike three. That pitch darting down toward the dust. Torres swings and misses. Torres was on base 4 times last night with a couple of hits and a couple of walks. But he strikes out to start tonight's game, and here is Kevin McGonigal.
Hey, how about that? Peterson went right after him with a 4-seam fastball right at the knees for strike 3, threw it right past Torres.
Lefty to lefty, McGonigal takes a strike. Game time temp 77. Game time temperature brought to you by Four Seasons, your trusted local experts for heating, air conditioning, plumbing, sewer, and electric. This next offering just misses outside. McGonigal hitting .281. 9 home runs. Now the 1-1. Swinging a foul at the plate. This guy takes a pretty good swing.
Yeah, he's a pretty good player. You look at his numbers, playing shortstop, very athletic. .281, 9 homers. And we've seen him make some really nice plays at short yesterday.
Lefty to lefty, the 1-2 pitch just outside, 2-2.
It's first inning, powered by Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated.
Peterson, quick worker, coming right back to the plate. Breaking ball is down low, 3-2. Cubs in their home white uniforms, white shirts and trousers, blue pinstripes all over, dark blue hats, numbers, sleeves, helmets will be blue, and socks. Payoff pitch, ground ball sharply to second. Horner moves to his left, makes the play, throws him out. 2 down, top of the first, no score, nobody on base, and the batter is How You Lee.
A good start to the ball game here. Speed gun powered by Xfinity, reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Imagine that. Peterson will go back and forth in speed, but that fastball, 93, 94 miles an hour, and usually a pretty good sinker also.
Lee, a .256 hitter. Batting right-handed, he was 1 for 3 in last night's game. Takes outside. Tigers in their traveling grays, gray shirts and trousers. Black numbers trimmed in orange. Bouncing ball right side. Diving backhand stop by Bush. A reverse pivot. Throws the ball to Peterson on the bag. What a play by both men. Bush, a diving stop. The first baseman almost halfway between first and second when he gloved it. He then did the reverse pivot, meaning he turned to his right. His throw a little bit behind Peterson, but he made a good adjustment. What a play by both guys.
Can't really do it much better than that. Michael Bush going and making the right decision to go after that ball.
3 up, 3 down. We've played a half inning, 0-0 game network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Dansby Swanson. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs radio network.
Man, with these Bosch lasers, I can knock out the job.
You tell him, champ.
Who are you?
I'm your inner Bosch.
My inner...
Bosch, baby. I'm that feeling you get when you got a job on the ropes.
Like a window install?
One you're about to knock out with Bosch lasers.
Oh.
More like KO, am I right?
Was that a punchline?
Sure was, Laser Man.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a...
Bosch. Coom here. Baseball's been around a long time. Since the 1800s, when pitchers threw underhand. You know what's been around even longer? Yuengling. Yuengling started brewing in 1829. People were drinking a cold Yuengling before baseball even existed. No box scores, no seventh-inning stretches, just great beer that stood the test of time for 197 years. So next time you're at a ballpark, grab a Yuengling traditional lager because just like baseball, legends stand the test of time. Yuengling is proud to be the official beer of the Cubs radio network.
DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA.
They call this one Bill.
Whoa, aliens? Am I in a spaceship?
Affirmative, Bill.
What's with the laser saw?
An Xfinity mobile transmission says you can cut your bill in half.
Oh, your mobile bill, not me, Bill.
Xfinity Internet members cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. No commitment. Learn more at XfinityMobile.com. Restrictions apply. Savings compares one line of Xfinity Mobile Select to comparable plans from T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T as of 3/24/26. Taxes, fees, extra. $30 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
Hey fans, why does flying Southwest Airlines from Chicago just make sense? Reliable, flexible, enjoyable. We're full of ibbles and obbles and proud of it.
Cubs leadoff man presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. Pete Core Armstrong leads off, takes inside from Framber Valdez. 0-0 game. Cubs leadoff man. If PCA can get a leadoff hit, Benny's Beverage Depot will donate $200 to service dog charities. Here comes the 1-0. Off the inside, 2-0. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Valdez had many prosperous years down in Houston, including pitching for a World Series champion back in 22. It's his first year after he signed a free agent contract with the Tigers last offseason. Fastball strike. Ron, what's the plan against Valdez?
Now, to me, we've seen him and have some great games. We've also seen the Cubs hit him a few times where they knocked him around a little bit. He's got a very good fastball. He's on the attack. It's pretty straight, though. The other thing, the pitch to me that's the game changer is his changeup.
Swinging a line drive down the right field line. That's going to be a fair ball. Bouncing off the sidewall. Pete's got 3 on his mind. Racing around second. He goes to third. The throw not nearly in time. Leadoff triple, Pete Crow Armstrong. Halfway between first and second run, I knew he was going for 3. How about you?
There's no doubt about it. He hits this ball. It's a little bit of a jam shot. He doesn't crush it, but he hits it right down the line. The key is where the wall goes out and then the angle goes to the corner. If it hits that shorter part of the wall, it goes to the right fielder. It just missed that corner of the wall on the sidewall and goes all the way down by the foul line. Once it did that, you just want to watch and see him run because he was flying around second.
Sure looks fun, doesn't it, to run that fast?
I could only imagine.
As most of us could. Seiya Suzuki, the batter. Infield back in the middle infield spots, but they play in at the corners. It's kind of an unusual alignment.
Yeah, I would agree. They're going to try to run at the plate. I would guess Pete is not going on contact. He'll just make the ball go past the pitcher in the middle and then try to score.
Suzuki with an RBI opportunity takes down low, 1-1. 0-0 game, but the Cubs have a man at third with nobody out. Pete Crow Armstrong with a leadoff triple.
Defensive alignment today sponsored by Fitzgerald Equipment, material handling handled. Learn more at FitzgeraldEquipment.com.
Seiya takes a backdoor curve that stays outside, 2-1.
As you know, here when we get these days where the wind is blowing in, especially in from left, the left fielders can play much shallower than a night like last night. So Happ and Green both can play very shallow.
Now the 2-1. Swing and a miss out in front of an off-speed pitch. 2-2 now. Suzuki needs to concentrate on putting this ball in play. Uniform descriptions we gave you, sponsored by Benjamin Moore. On the field or the walls of your home, the right team and colors make all the difference. Official paint of the Chicago Cubs, Benjamin Moore. Here's the 2-2. And Seiya hits a chopper foul up along third. You could tell he was trying to wait for as long as he could before swinging. Just couldn't wait long enough.
Yeah, this guy's got some very good off-speed pitches to go with that fastball. And to me, the pitch that's the toughest pitch because it comes out looking the same as the fastball is his changeup. And it's a hard changeup. It's at about 88 to 90 miles an hour.
He's a strong left-hander, Valdez. And now the 2-2 to Seiya. Low and inside, almost a wild pitch, blocked by Rogers. Valdez, very sturdy at 5'11", 230 pounds.
Well, he threw a slider there. You don't see him throw a lot of sliders, I don't think, unless that has changed here recently. But he threw that one and buried it right into the ground.
He's been so-so in his first year with the Tigers. 5 wins, 6 losses. His ERA a little over 4. And now the 3-2. Outside, he walked in. Cubs have men at first and third, nobody out. And now you're into the middle of the batting order as the number 3 hitter, Alex Bregman, is stepping in.
Well, it's pretty obvious. Valdez hasn't settled into this game yet because he threw 3 non-competitive pitches and 1 at bat to Suzuki.
Infield stays back. Bregman will take a strike. These two guys were teammates down in Houston for several years. They were world champions together in 2022. Now the 0-1. Bregman takes low and in. When you played, Ron, and you faced a guy that used to be your teammate and now he's on the mound pitching for another team, did you feel like you had any insights into him?
I felt like I had insights in, and whether I did or not, I felt like I had an edge knowing exactly what he threw.
I mean, you think about Bregman, he was 40 or 50 feet away from Valdez when he made thousands of pitches with Houston.
Absolutely. And as a third baseman, you move and you pay attention to each pitch. So, especially a guy with a good changeup, so you're moving with the pitch. So you should have a really good idea what he likes to do.
Bregman, a late swing, fouls it into the Tiger dugout. That ball was almost in the mitt of the catcher Rogers when Bregman hit it.
Yeah.
1-2 on Alex.
He was protecting against that changeup, and it ended up being a fastball.
PCA at third, Suzuki at first. Nobody out. Inside, it might have hit him. It did hit him. It grazed him in the uniform somewhere around the middle of his body. And now the bases are loaded, so the Cubs with a great scoring chance. And it brings up the cleanup batter, Carson Kelly.
Pat, you're exactly right. It hit him right about at the belt. I thought it was a little lower, like in the upper thigh, but it hit him right about at the belt and just grazed the jersey. Didn't really hit him. It just hit the uniform. Cubs with the bases loaded.
Kelly stands in. Here's the pitch to Carson. Curveball strike, backdoor number. Torkelson in on the grass at first, which is puzzling to me, Ron. And now he's going to back up. No, he's going to stay in on the grass. The other three infielders play back at normal depth. Here comes the 0-1 from Valdez to Carson Kelly. Outside of Bender, and the count 1-1.
The only thing I can think of when you play there, and we see teams do this now, is for that little dribbler, that's hit in the infield, and you've got to play at the plate. To me, that you don't get enough of those balls to that side to play there. I would say you'd play back and play for the double play.
Kelly swings and fouls it back. When you play that shallow, obviously your range is limited. You have to react quickly to every ball, or else you're not going to make the play.
Yeah, you're one step and a dive is all you've got. The range, that the play you can cover, though, is that ball in front of you, that dribbler in front of you. So that's what they're playing for when you put a guy in that position.
No score, bottom of the first. Cubs have the bases loaded, nobody out. And the 1-2 to Carson Kelly. Low and inside, 2-2. Valdez has made 20 pitches already, yet to record an out. 2-2 on Kelly. Runners lead at every station. And the pitch on the way. Ground ball right side. That's going to be a base hit. One run is in. 2 runs are going to score. Going to third on the play is Bregman. It's a 2-run single for Carson Kelly. And the Cubs lead 2-0.
Now that's taking exactly what the opposing team gives you. And that's just great piece of hitting by Kelly. Gets the backdoor hook, knowing that that's part of the repertoire. And if you see it, you don't try to overdo it. Just serve it to that hole on the right side. And that's all he did. Just hit a little ground ball the other way. Drives in 2. Cubs take the lead.
For Kelly, he now has 35 runs batted in. Bregman motored all the way to third, as both PCA and Suzuki have scored. And now the Cubs, still with nobody out, Ron, are thinking about a big inning.
Couple more hits, and you really do. The wind is blowing in hard today at Wrigley. So unlike yesterday when we talked about no lead is safe, and if you're close, today is not that kind of day. The ball is not going to carry, and home runs, you're going to have to blast one to get it out of here.
Middle infielders stay back as Michael Busch steps in. Busch 1 for 4 with a home run last night. Lefty to lefty, ground ball toward the middle, base hit. Another run is in. Kelly's going to stop at second. And Michael Busch liked the way he stood right in there against the left-hander and drilled that first pitch right up the middle, Ron.
Absolutely. You know, and for Cubs hitters today now, the wind is howling in, and the balls that have been hit hard on the line or on the ground, and I like it. You have to understand how to hit here at Wrigley. That wind blowing in, fly balls are just routine outs.
Here's Nico Hoerner batting, 3-0 Cubs. Still nobody out, first inning. Nico takes a strike. Hoerner had a couple of hits last night. He is 10 for 18 on the 4-game homestand so far, this being Game 5. Valdez glancing back at the runner. Here's a liner, center field. That's going to be a base hit. Everyone moves up 90 feet. Stopping at third on the play, Kelly. He had to wait to make sure the ball would fall in. And the bases are loaded again. Nico Hoerner with a red-hot stretch continuing. That's 11 hits in his last 4+ games. And the batter is Ian Happ.
Now, Kelly at second base got a good initial read, but then he second-guessed himself a little bit, and rightfully so. There's nobody out. There's no reason to get doubled off, so he kind of held his ground and just moved up 90 feet. His initial read was right, and he would have scored.
Valdez throwing an awful lot of breaking balls in this first inning run. Here comes the 1-0 now to Ian Happ. Infield back. Ian checks. Did he go? He did. He swung and missed. Tried to hold up. Couldn't do it. 1-1.
For some reason in this ball game, Valdez does not have command or feel for his changeup. He has thrown a couple of them, and he's bounced both of them very short of home plate.
And now the 1-1 to Happ. Inside and low. That was 90 miles an hour.
That's that power change, and that wasn't close.
We saw this guy a couple of years ago down in Houston. It seems to me it was a Sunday afternoon, and he was throwing a lot of sinking fastballs and getting a lot of ground balls. Here comes the 2-1. Happ will check his swing and take low, and now the plot thickens. 3-1 with the bases loaded and nobody out. What's your approach, Ron?
I'm ready to hit. If I'm Ian, if he throws, he doesn't have good command right now. If he throws one in the middle of the plate, I'm trying to whistle this one in a gap somewhere.
3-1 on Ian Happ. Ian belted a 2-run home run in last night's game, his 18th long ball of the year. He's batting right-handed. And now the 3-1 on the way. Happ hits a fly ball, pop fly, shallow right. Racing in is Margeri. Is he getting it? Get there? No, it's in there for a base hit. A run is going to score. Everyone moves up 90 feet.
Now you don't see that. A pop-up with the wind howling in. The second baseman, Torres, never goes after this ball. This ball lands 15 feet past the infield dirt. And right fielder just doing everything possible to get to this ball. And he didn't come close. And Torres was standing there at second base watching, and then it was too late once he saw that he had to try to make a play. That's a base hit and an RBI. Cubs with 4 runs in the inning.
Margeri frantically chasing that ball in shallow right, just couldn't get there. Cubs lead 4-0, still bases loaded, nobody out. Give Ian Happ his 45th run batted in.
Now you're getting to the point where for Valdez, the pitch count in this inning, I mean, he's at 30 pitches. You got nobody out, 29 pitches.
The 1-0 to Dansby Swanson. And he will swing and foul it back. He was thinking extra bases with that swing. Dansby 2 for 4 in last night's series opener. Cubs have already given their starter, David Peterson, a nice little cushion to work with. And they have a chance for a very big first inning. Already 4 in the bank. Dansby takes a fastball strike, 1-2. One of the few fastballs he's thrown in the strike zone in the entire inning.
That last pitch is the fastball you were talking about that we saw last year and the years before.
Yeah, the strong left-hander ready. Runners lead at all three stations. Swing and a foul back. Another fastball and kind of a late swing by Dansby. But he stayed alive.
Detroit does have a right-hander warming up in their bullpen here in the very first inning.
You just have to believe that after about 30 pitches, a guy is going to lose some of his stuff, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. And then the other thing, too, you don't want to overtax him and lose him for a couple weeks because he's overthrown.
Dansby hits a high pop-up into shallow left. McGonigal going out. The shortstop will make the catch, staggering a little bit in the wind. But he made the catch and the runners have to hold. That's the first out of the inning. I can tell you right now, every fly ball and pop fly is going to be at least a mini adventure in tonight's game.
No doubt. And to me, and understanding how Wrigley Field works, Green, we just talked about defensive alignment. Green for the right-handers is playing very deep and left. Happ was playing 20 feet shorter at least than Green has been in left field. He's deep in left. There's no reason to be playing that deep with this wind blowing in like it is.
Kevin Alcantara, the number 9 batter, probably didn't figure to bat in the first inning with the bases loaded and only one away, but here he is. Alcantara getting a rare start. Let's see if he can make the most of it. Long-legged, right-handed batting rookie outfielder. And the pitch, swing and a foul at the plate. 0-2. Okay, it's 0-2. What's in your mind?
You got to put this ball in play. That's your thing if you're Alcantara. If you can get something and shoot it to the outfield, great, but you want to put this ball in play.
Ball fouled right off the left shin guard of the catcher, Rogers. Valdez set at the belt. Runners lead, and the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss by Alcantara, and that is out number 2. Cubs have batted around, and Pete Crow Armstrong, who led off the inning with a triple, will bat for the second time, and this time with the bags loaded.
He hits another ball in that same spot. It'll be an interesting race with these guys on base to see who gets around faster.
Let's see if he can get halfway to a cycle before the first inning is over.
That would be something.
Here's the pitch. Check swing on a curveball. It's outside. Ball 1.
"37 pitches now for Valdez.
Bush at third. Horner at second. Happ at first. And now the 1-0. Pete will take a strike in the count 1-1. This is about the most pitches you'll see a big leaguer make in the first inning of any game.
Yeah.
38.
Absolutely.
Now the 1-1. It's on the way. And Pete lays off a high inside fastball. 2-1.
I'll tell you what, Valdez is. He's not real happy right now. You can tell he's pitching with attitude. That was his best fastball of the night. Didn't get the call. It hit the top of the zone.
Bags loaded, 2 down, 4 runs in. Here comes the 2-1. Pete bounces one foul. And the count 2-2. Seems like Pete, more and more run, looks comfortable facing left-handed pitching.
Yeah, there's no doubt. He's done a very good job keeping his front side in. He's not chasing nearly as many pitches as he did before that slider away. Everybody chases the breaking ball away. I don't care who you are at times. But the key is not chasing it every at-bat. Pete has done a very good job of making an adjustment here over this last month and a half.
Bases loaded with 2 down. The 2-2 pitch from Valdez. Pete takes low and outside. 3-2. You wonder if Pete gets on in any manner, if that'll be the end of the night for Valdez. It might be.
Gotta be. 41 pitches right now.
The fans rising to the occasion. The pitch. Ball 4. Up and in. And that's going to be all, I think, for Framber Valdez. It's the second trip in the inning. It has to be all. Pete Crow Armstrong gets a run batted in with a bases-loaded walk. His 54th RBI. Cubs lead 5-0 as Valdez walks off the mound. And the crowd loving this first inning. Pitching changes by the opposition. Those are sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. Cubs have put a high 5 on the board in the first inning, and we'll be back with more of the first inning right after this on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk on your ride home. Spiegel and Holmes, afternoons 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score.
Hey Cubs fans, Southwest Airlines here with more reasons why flying Southwest from Chicago just makes sense. We treat you right. We're reliable as heck. And, this is big, we go where you want to go with over 80 nonstop destinations out of Midway alone. So go with what just makes sense. Don't overthink it. That's for FIPS, WOBAs, and WARPs. Am I right? Southwest Airlines, the official airline of your Chicago Cubs. Based on published Midway flight schedules as of 2/24/26.
From supply lists to shoe shopping to juggling all the schedules, getting ready for back to school isn't exactly magical. Luckily, the Great Clips app kinda is. With just a few taps, you can find a salon near you. Tap check-in when you're ready, and you can get a message when it's your turn. Oh, and the savings? You won't believe them. So when it's time for back-to-school haircuts, tap into the magic of the Great Clips app and make at least some of your stress disappear. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Cubs have drawn 2 walks so far in this inning. Walks of Cubs batters sponsored by It's Not a Game, Illinois.com. Speeding in a work zone is like arguing with the ump. A no-win. Mind the signs, avoid the fines. Pat?
Ty Madden, T-Y, he spells his first name, facing Seiya Suzuki. Bases loaded, 2 down. Swing and a miss on the first offering. Cubs with 5 runs in. Suzuki had a base on balls his first time up in this first inning. He's the 11th man to bat in the opening frame. The stretch by the right-hander and the pitch. Fastball inside, 1-1.
Boy, what a bizarre first inning. Valdez, a guy that's, he's been a really good, established, quality big league pitcher. And he just could not find it today.
Check swing on a breaking ball outside. It's 2-1. Now you got the bases loaded. It's the first batter you're facing in the game. You're behind in the count, 2-1. I'm looking fastball.
Fastball, you got to throw strikes. So if you're Suzuki, you're ready. I mean, you certainly don't want to go to 3-1. Madden wasn't expecting to be in this game in the first inning. I can promise you that.
The 2-1 very high. It was a fastball, but it wasn't close to the strike zone. No. And now the count 3-1.
Looked like he tried to get around that fastball, like that little angled cutter fastball, and it slipped out of his hand.
Runners take their leads, ready to skedaddle on the 3-1 pitch. And it is taken for ball 4. I thought the Tigers might challenge that call by the home plate umpire Nick Marley, but they did not. Nico Horner scores. Suzuki draws his second walk of the inning, which sounds kind of strange to even say. And it's now 6-0 Cubs, and the batter is Alex Bregman. Did you ever walk twice in one inning, Ron? As Alex takes inside. I'm talking about a big league ball game.
No. I never took that many pitches. Part of the problem.
Bregman was hit by a pitch his first time up. And the pitch to Alex. Fly ball, center field. Shallow and playable for Vierling, running in and making the catch. But the Cubs with a frolicsome 6-run rally in the first inning. 6 runs on 5 hits. And at the end of 1, Cubs 6, Tigers nothing on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here on 104.3 The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Our patient Mike had blood clots deep in his lungs that were putting his heart under major duress. Using a minimally invasive procedure pioneered by our team, we were able to clear them.
Top ranked in Illinois for heart and vascular by U.S. News and World Report, Northwestern Memorial Hospital used tiny balloons to widen the vessels in his lungs, the first in Illinois to master this breakthrough method.
As Mike's nurse, I'm proud to have helped him breathe freely again.
Northwestern Medicine. Better.
Every small business owner dreams of hitting a home run. For me, that home run was finding Gusto, the online payroll and benefits software built for small businesses. Gusto is all-in-one, remote-friendly, and covers all your bases. You can pay, hire, onboard, and support your team from anywhere with unlimited payroll runs and no surprise fees. Go to gusto.com today and see why over 500,000 small businesses call Gusto their MVP. That's GUSTO.com. Gusto.com.
Chicago weather is relentless. The ice, the snow, the summer humidity. Your home's exterior can take a beating. What if your siding was made to stand strong through it all? Hardy Fiber Cement Siding is engineered for our climate. It resists cracking in the freezing cold and won't swell in the summer heat. You get the timeless beauty of wood with lasting protection and low maintenance. Your home deserves the #1 brand of siding in North America. James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Learn more at jameshardy.com. That's jameshardy.com. Hey, Cubs fans, make history with your business in the Village of Bedford Park. To learn more, contact Adam Colopy at ACOLLOPY at villageofbedfordpark.com.
Top of the second, Cubs 6, Tigers nothing. The second inning is brought to you by Sea Glass Wines, official partner of the Cubs, bringing the California coast to you wherever you are. Pat?
Okay, Zach, thank you. Zach will be along in the 5th inning. Paul Zarang is our excellent engineer at the controls, with Ron Coomer, Pat Hughes at Wrigley. Now David Peterson, let's talk about him for a minute, Ron. His teammates gave him 6 runs in the first inning. As we start inning number 2, here comes the 1-1 to Dingler, a swing and a miss, 1-2. Does that change his original game plan in any way, shape, or form?
I would say, from the hitter's perspective, I would say yes a little bit. And normally I would not say that, but there's a couple reasons. One, the wind howling in. We've seen how the ball reacts when the ball's hit up in the air.
The 1-2, low and in, 2-2.
You're not going to have the same issue with the Cubs outfielder infielders, on those short fly balls. The Cubs infielders know you got to be aggressive going out for the ball because the ball's going to get blown back towards you. So you got to make the guy swing the bat.
Here's a deep drive to left in the corner. That ball is going to be up against the wall, right down the line. And it's a leadoff double for Dylan Dingler. He just missed a home run by about 5 feet.
That's the only kind of ball that's going to get hit out of the ballpark is a line drive bullet that's going to be in the first, second, third row or in the basket. And that's exactly what he hit. He has been a hot hitter here in this series.
Dingler had 2 home runs and drove in 3 last night in a 4-for-5 night, so he doubles his first time up tonight. Riley Green, the batter, left-handed batting left fielder. He'll take strike 1.
Now, I've got a question for you, partner. You feel like a Bosch tonight?
Actually, I do.
Oh, my. I like it.
Here comes the 0-1, a swing and a chopper foul.
Feel like a Bosch prediction brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. Feel like a Bosch. Pat Hughes.
Well, it kind of began on the bottom of that first inning, and it is that the Cubs are going to even up the series here tonight.
Oh, wow. I like it. There you go.
Seems like a fairly decent Bosching guess.
Yeah, oh, yeah. That's an outstanding one.
These are not rehearsed items, folks. These are all just spontaneous.
Think I just proved that?
Riley Green, the batter, waiting for the 1-2. Lefty to lefty. Peterson fires. Misses outside. We want to thank Ryan Porth of The Score for working with us on a little project. It's called the Pat and Ron venture at patreon.com. The next offering, fly ball left center, playable. PCA and Happ near the track. Pete makes the catch. And holding at second is the runner, Dingler. That ball carried much farther than I thought it would, Ron.
I would agree. I thought Pete was going to be coming in, but it goes back to what you've said for years here on this broadcast. It's when you hit it and you got to look at the flags. And
it's true.
Right when he hit it, the flags right now are not blowing all that hard. But last inning, they were howling in from center field.
Spencer Torkelson, the batter. Cubs lead 6-0. The tall left-hander David Peterson of the Cubs fires a strike. But Ronnie and I are on a platform called Patreon, Patreon. And this particular group is called Inside the Booth with Pat and Ron. And you can join at patreon.com. And there's a slight fee involved, but nothing that'll break your bank. I think it's $4.99 per month. And we have a member of the week, and that is Helen M. Helen M. Here's the 1-1. Fly ball to left, pretty well hit. Back goes Happ with room on the track. He'll make the catch. On a different day or night, that ball might have sailed out of here, but not tonight.
Yeah, that ball well struck. Ian catches this ball about 2 steps in front of the track in that well area down the line. But that's what you want to do on a night like tonight. You want to throw that ball in there and let them hit it up into the wind and take their chances.
But Ron and I, every now and again on the road, will do a little video. What do you call those again? A little...
like a Zoom type video,
Zoom,
live video, yep. And we're going to do one, I think, this road trip, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I'll say yes. Matt Vierling will take a strike, 0-1.
I'll send you the memo.
Thank you. Ron is very good at coordinating these types of things, much better than I could ever be.
Can't you tell?
Now the 0-1 pitch on the way, foul back.
I'll meet you in Pittsburgh. We'll do it there. How's that?
Sounds good. We could do it, I'm thinking maybe right there in the lobby.
Oh, wow.
Or perhaps the fitness center.
Well, there you go. You could be on the treadmill
workout
while you're doing it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Multitasking.
Yeah.
We'll have weekly highlights and more exclusive content throughout the season. Breaking ball low and inside to Matt Vierling. It's a lot of fun, and we thank Ryan Porth for his work on the Pat and Ron. Inside the Booth with Pat and Ron. That Helen M. Did you think that might have been the great British actress Helen Mirren? Is that her name? Deep fly ball to left center. Pete Armstrong, though, has lots of room tonight. The ball is not going to carry in that area. And Pete made the catch. On a different day or night, that ball might have sailed out of here, like last night, for example. A leadoff double for Dingler, but nothing else. And we go to the bottom of the second inning. It's the Cubs 6 and the Tigers nothing. This is the score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Ian Happ. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Don't miss the Toast of the Game presented by Binny's Beverage Depot when we celebrate the game's greatest moments and players. Binny's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Welcome to Old National Bank. Is that a suit of bubble wrap?
Hi. Yeah, I'm all about protecting myself and my finances. I understand Old National takes protection seriously.
You bet. We protect you with advanced fraud monitoring and secure digital banking to protect you today, and dedicated personal bankers to protect your tomorrow.
I'm impressed.
So bubble wrap, huh?
Yeah, came with my couch.
Financial protection for today and tomorrow. Old National Bank. Just another reason to get old. Member FDIC.
Plumbing emergency? Chicagoland depends on Plumbers 911. Licensed professional local 130 plumbers are available 24/7 for fast, reliable help. Call 833-PLUM-911. Local 130 plumbers get the job done right the first time.
Oh, hey, Sarah. Did you hear my daughter Katie got Camper of the Week?
That's a big deal.
We got a big deal, too. Right, Mom?
Honey, shh.
What's that?
Okay, that Hyundai Santa Fe, I only paid.
Nice.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus $1,500 bonus cash on the Hyundai Santa Fe. Or get up to $3,000 total savings on the Santa Fe or Santa Fe Hybrid. Offer ends August 3rd. Call 224-661-0068 for details.
Ready to buy your dream car? Look to Consumers Credit Union for competitive rates and flexible terms. Join the people in your corner at myconsumers.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
On Sunday, August 2nd, the Cubs take on the Yankees at 1:20 in the afternoon. Up to the first 5,000 early arriving fans, 13 and under, will receive a Wrigley Field marquee nightlight presented by Southwest Airlines. Be sure to arrive early. Pat?
All right, Zach, thank you. Bottom of inning number 2, Carson Kelly started the scoring with a 2-run single into right. He's the one who hit that pop fly that eluded Margeri, the right fielder. Actually, Kelly, now that I think about it, Ron, hit a ground ball single.
That ground ball through the right side, yep, to drive in 2.
But Kelly drove in 2. Michael Busch had an RBI single. Ian Happ drove in a run with a base hit. Pete Crow Armstrong had a bases loaded walk after tripling to start the rally. Cubs sent 12 men to bat in the first inning. And now Carson Kelly has taken ball 4, so the Cubs have a man on to begin the second inning, and the batter is Michael Busch. Ty Madden, the long-legged right-hander, fires. This one is outside for a ball. Well, if you're wondering about the Boston Red Sox and their 14-game winning streak, they got rained out today, or tonight, in Boston. They were supposed to play against Baltimore, but they got washed out, so they'll play 2 games tomorrow. 14-game winning streak. You dream about those. The 1-1 fouled away off to the left out of play. And you almost get a sense of invincibility. I think even as an amateur athlete, Ron, when you win 10, 12, 14 games in a row, you don't think anybody's going to beat you.
No, I agree. Absolutely. You do that in the big leagues and you know, think what that clubhouse is like every night. You're expecting someone to come through with a big play, a big hit, a big pitch.
Here's a breaking ball in the dirt, bouncing away. That'll be a wild pitch. And Carson Kelly goes down to second base. That was a breaking ball. It bounced in front of the catcher, Rogers. He just could not keep it in front of him.
Ball hit him in the heel of the glove after it bounced.
Cubs trying to even up the series after a tough extra inning loss last night, as Busch swings and misses, strike 3 on a high fastball. 1 away, and the batter, Nico Horner.
Carson Kelly's the cleanup hitter tonight. Cleanup hitters are sponsored by Chicagoland's appliance leader, Grand Appliance. Get your all-star Bosch kitchen today at grandappliance.com. And Pat was already Bosching today, so he may help you out with your kitchen.
Nico Horner chops one foul. What I'm really Bosching about is the pronunciation of the right fielder.
What do you got?
I think I've called him several different names. It's Margeri. And he was the player to be named later. And I'm
even in the game?
And I'm proving it. Player to be pronounced later. Here comes the 0-1 to Nico Horner. Fly ball into actually a pop fly on the infield. Torkelson, the first baseman, running into foul territory. Boy, this wind is fierce tonight. And that's going to be out number 2.
We don't, you know, it's been very good hitters' nights here for quite some time now with all the heat that we've been getting in Chicago. It's been warm and the ball's been carrying very well. But it has definitely cooled off, and the wind has definitely changed, blowing straight in from center.
Ian Happ swings and misses. Ian had an RBI single. He hit a long home run in last night's game, his 18th. Now the 0-1 on the way. Happ will take a strike. I know hitters like yourself, Ron, probably love a whole string of warm, humid days where the ball is carrying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. On the way to Ian, swing and a miss, and that's going to end the inning. Cubs don't score, leave one. On to inning number 3. Cubs 6, Tigers nothing. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Spiegel and Holmes, great Cubs guests and more on your way home 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Injured? Dial Pound Law. Morgan & Morgan, 332 South Michigan Avenue, Chicago.
And Doug.
Hot dog! Get your hot dog! Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct. To the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Gear up for game day at Sports World. Jerseys, sweatshirts, hats, tees, and must-have souvenirs for all your favorite teams. Online at sportsworldchicago.com or in-store at Sports World. Across from Wrigley Field at Clark and Addison. Look like a true fan. Shop Sports World.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey fans, why does flying Southwest Airlines from Chicago just make sense? Reliable, flexible, enjoyable. We're full of ibbles and obbles and proud of it.
Top 3 at Wrigley Field. Cubs with a 6-0 lead over the Tigers. Partly cloudy, 73 degrees. Wind blowing in and blowing in hard. Time and temperature sponsored by Circa Sports. Sports betting the way it should be with no bet fees. Pat?
Good read, Zach, as we go to inning number 3. Ben Malgeri is leading off this inning.
As opposed to the other ones. Top of your game tonight, Z.
That rehearsal is all paying off. Here's a line drive to left on the run. Happ can't get it. Gloves it on the first hop on the backhand. Good play by Ian holding Malgeri to a single.
Ball well struck. Little top spin on that ball, and then with the wind blowing in, you know, it ducks down in front of Ian, but this ball is really well struck.
Tigers have made pretty good contact against David Peterson. They had a couple of warning track fly ball outs in the second. And now a leadoff base hit by Malgeri, and the batter is Jake Rogers, their catcher. Cubs lead 6-0. Fastball is outside, ball 1.
And when Peterson starts going good, the outs will be on the ground. Right now, their line drives and balls are hitting the air. That is not the best thing for him.
Rogers a 172 batting average. Bounces one slowly to it. Charging Bregman at third. Gloves it. Running throw to first. Gets him. Good play. Rogers does not run all that well. Bregman made the play. You made that play a few thousand times, Ron. It's out number 1.
Yeah, the thing Bregman does so well is he understands who's running and how much time he's got. His game clock as an infielder is spectacular. Dansby, Nico, they're very, very good. And you know, Bregman took one extra step and got rid of the ball right away and made that play look easy, and it is not.
On the play, Malgeri advanced to second. Gleyber Torres will step in and take outside, ball one.
That last ground ball that was hit to Bregman, that's probably the best two-seam fastball sinker that Peterson has thrown tonight.
Peterson looking for his 5th win of the year. And the pitch on the way. Fly ball to right toward the line. Long run, Alcantara slides and makes a great catch. What a play. And the throw to second not in time. He crossed the foul line near the sidewall and slid and then made the catch with his glove only inches off the ground. What a nice play.
Boy, that was a heck of a play. I don't know if you can do it much better than that. He's got that pink and white glove as he slides into the wall, and I was just expecting this ball to hit like the side wall, and he wasn't, and I'm glad he wasn't. That's a heck of a play. That's a catch of the game right there. What do you think?
I think we'll go for it. Kevin McGonigal, left-handed batter, steps in, takes a strike.
Catch of the game, sponsored by Catch Des Moines. Pat's favorite read, the Iowa State Fair is back. August 13th through the 23rd. Catch Fair Spirit and plan your trip at the iowastatefair.org.
You caught that Fair Spirit in Minnesota many years back. Here's the pitch inside to McGonigal.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like I still got it.
Pete Crow Armstrong with a triple to start the ball game for the Cubs in the bottom of the first. Triples by the Cubs. We'll get back to this in a minute. The next pitch low and outside. With that triple, North Shore Adult Diapers makes another donation to the Northern Illinois Food Bank.
Yes, they do.
Visit solvehungertoday.org. It's nice of you to confirm that halfway through the commercial run.
Well, I just, that was a heck of a read.
Well, I rehearsed. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. It's fouled off to the left out of play. Those are fun commercials to read. We thank North Shore Adult Diapers.
Yeah, it's great to have them back. We had them in the booth the other day. And great people. A lot of fun.
Here comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Peterson strikes out McGonigal. We go to the bottom of the third. It remains Cubs 6, Tigers nothing. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Craig Counsell. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Rev up the reward, the pump with Club Sicko. Find exclusive ways to win big from sweepstakes to daily deals. Download the Club Sicko app. Savings good up to 30 gallons only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
Hey, it's Pat Hughes here for North Shore Adult Diapers. In all seriousness, everyone knows someone worrying about control problems. And for many, the store brands don't get the job done. They leak. It's time to switch to North Shore, the MVP of adult diapers, so your loved ones can live with the freedom and dignity they deserve. North Shore will send out samples that stay dry 3 times longer than the store brands. That's North Shore Adult Diapers at northshore.com. And focus on life, not leaks.
At some point in the day, everyone is a pedestrian. So when you see someone walking or biking up ahead, slow down and give them space. Share the road. It's not a game.
Whether you're starting college for the first time, finishing the degree you began years ago, or ready to take the next step with a graduate program, NLU means business. At National Louis University, our business programs are designed to fit your goals, your schedule, and your future. With flexible options, expert faculty, and career-focused learning. Join us at an upcoming open house and discover where a business degree can take you. NLU means business. Visit nl.edu to learn more and register today.
Surround yourself in color with Real Select from Benjamin Moore. Rich, durable, and effortlessly beautiful. Find yours at your locally owned retailer. Visit BenjaminMoore.com today.
Dansby Swanson's on deck for the Cubs. Who's on Deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Pat?
All right, Zach. Dansby Swanson popped out his first time up. And the pitch by Ty Madden is going to be outside for ball 1. Swanson, Alcantara, and Pete Crow Armstrong here in the third. Cubs sent 12 men to plate in a very prosperous first inning rally when they scored 6 Fastball missing, low and outside, ball 2. Swanson had a couple of hits last night. 16 homers, 58 driven in. And a fastball strike. It's always important, Ron, to have some guys toward the bottom of your order that have some pop and some run producing ability, just to give your offense balance. Here comes the 2-1. Swinging a bouncer foul, left side, 2-2.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. If you can get run production from the bottom of your lineup, that's a big plus. And I don't think there was a player that had a week any better than Dansby Swanson. A few weeks back, that Mets series was absolutely incredible.
15 RBIs in a 4-game series. Now the 2-2. Pulled foul left side. That would be hard to do in amateur ball.
Any league, any time, absolutely. He was just some kind of locked in. And for him to not get that many runs, the guys, because he was probably hitting 8th or 9th, the guys in front of him were doing the job because they were getting on base. So that massive run production, because he's knocking them in, so that's runs scored for the other guys, and that was big production out of the bottom of the Cubs lineup.
Outside 3-2. He's always had the ability to hit the long ball. And of course, he is a tremendous defensive shortstop. One of the best you'll see. 3-2 pitch, pulled foul again toward third. And you can tell he enjoys playing shortstop.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Zach's had him on the pregame show many times talking about the pride that he and the other Cub infielders take on their defensive play.
Inside ball 4. Swanson draws the walk. And when you have so many good defensive players on one team, I think they all kind of challenge each other and they kind of feed off of each other, don't you?
Absolutely. You in an infield like the Cubs have, you do not want to be the weak link in the infield. And I think every guy works extremely hard at it.
Kevin Alcantara, the batter. Kevin made that dazzling sliding catch. And that's a tough place to catch those balls for a corner outfielder over by the side wall down the line. There's a chopper foul, a big swing. It's 0-2.
Well, and the other thing about it is the ball is getting blown away from him. You know, with him coming in with the way the wind is blowing in so hard from center field. So, yeah, that was one of the more difficult plays you're ever going to get here at Wrigley Field in right field.
Let's see if Alcantara can get a base hit. He hits one foul off to the right out of play. 10 for ID. This is The Score on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Spiegel and Holmes talking Cubs afternoons 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score. This is the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network, WSCR, WSCR FM, and HD1 Chicago.
Alcantara will take outside and the count 1-2. I was just thinking, Ron, when you make a good defensive play, not only does the crowd get excited and your teammates, but you look forward to your next at-bat.
Yeah, there's, especially as a young player, your confidence level soars instantly in that ball game.
Swanson running the pitch inside, stolen base. The pitch up and in. Catcher Rogers had to reach to his left for the ball, and it kind of took him out of rhythm to make a throw down to second base.
Cubs stolen bases, sponsored by Atturo. Chicago's hometown tire. Get called safe with Atturo tires. Find yours at Atturo.com. I don't think they were throwing Dansby out anyways. He got a huge jump at first.
2-2 to Alcantara. Swing and a miss, and the bat goes flying up against the backstop screen. And that's going to be out number 1. The bat just flew out of his hands on the follow-through.
Boy, that is one case where this net has really benefited some fans. That bat was sizzling going into the stands, and it was about 20 feet in the air when it hit the net.
1 out and a man at second. Pete Crow Armstrong stepping in. Pete had 2 plate appearances in the opening inning. He had a triple and a bases-loaded walk. So he had a hit, an at-bat, a run, and an RBI all in the first inning without homering. It's not easy to do. Here's a pitch taken outside in the count 1-1.
A hit, a walk, an RBI, and a run. Yeah, that's right. In the first inning.
Now the 1-1 to PCA. It's low and outside for a ball. I've always thought that's the cool thing about a home run in a box score. Immediately you're across the board.
Yeah, that's
you got
right.
an at-bat, a run, a hit, an RBI.
Yep.
Next.
Yep.
Now the 2-1. Swinging a bouncer foul. I know as a kid that was one of the things I loved to do. Eating breakfast and having cereal or whatever and reading and going over the box scores of all the big league baseball games from the night before.
Yeah.
I loved it. I couldn't get enough of it.
Same. And I would look at the box scores, and then I would go right to the league leader section and see who was leading the league in hitting, who was leading in home runs and RBIs and pitching. Yeah, instantly. And then you wanted to know when they were coming to play the Cubs so I could watch them play the Cubs.
Sure. 2-2 pitch to PCA is low. But every Sunday they would have all of the players in the league in order of batting average.
Yeah.
And you could see who was leading the league. And like you said, you had the homer leaders and RBI leaders listed. Now the 3-2, swinging a foul off to the right, out of play.
I think now that you say that, I think you're right. I think that was just on Sundays here in Chicago also. They had all the box score, and then on Sundays you could see the whole league and the league leaders of every. Yeah, right. I think that's right.
And you thought, boy, that must be cool to be up at the top or in the top 3 or 4 hitters in the whole league. Still is. 3-2 pitch. Line drive, base hit to right. Swanson goes to third. He's going to try to score. Here comes the throw to the plate. It is not in time. Pete goes to second base. Cubs lead 7-0. Pete Crow Armstrong now is halfway to the cycle. He has a triple and a single. It's his second RBI of the game and his 55th run batted in this season. Not too bad for a leadoff batter, Ron, and you're still in July.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Is exactly right. And this is a mistake on defense. As this ball is thrown home, it's not cut off by Torkelson. Goes all the way to the plate. And you have to cut this ball off and keep Pete from going to second base. You got to keep that guy at first. They did not, and the Cubs got another guy in scoring position.
Suzuki, the batter, he'll take high. Pete's been on base every time. Triple, walk, and a single. And now he's bluffing, running to third. The pitch outside, and the count 2-0. But there are a lot of games, Ron. You watch Pete and you think, this guy is simply one of the best players in baseball, period. All the things he can do. Low for a ball, and the count 3-0.
Yeah, there's no doubt he is one of the elite talents in our game. And as he progresses and becomes more and more consistent, which he has done this last month and a half, he has, been playing at an elite level.
Suzuki will take inside, ball 4. Suzuki walks for the third time in the game. That will bring the pitching coach out to the mound to talk to Ty Haddon or Madden.
Yeah, when a day when the wind is howling in here at Wrigley Field and you're on a bump and you've walked 2 guys, you're already down 6-0, and then you come into the third and you walk 2 guys in the inning. Pitching coach is going to be real happy. This is going to be a one-way conversation, pitching coach to pitcher.
Pitching coach Chris Fetter walks by Cubs batters. Those are all ways worth noting. because they are sponsored by It'sNotAGameIllinois.com. Speeding in a work zone is like arguing with the ump. A no-win. Mind the signs, avoid the fines. 2 men on, 1 away. Cubs lead 7-0. Alex Bregman, the batter, and he'll take ball 1. Bregman hit by a pitch and fly to center. Still early enough in the game where you can be a little aggressive and not showing up the opposition. I was thinking about that on the stolen base earlier in the inning by Swanson.
Right.
Now, if you're in the 6th inning or later, I would say that probably would not be a good move in terms of sportsmanship and just respecting your opponent. Right. But in the 3rd inning, I see no problem with that.
Right.
You?
No, I don't. I thought Dansby's stolen bag was just fine.
But that's always been one of the old, I guess, axioms or adages in baseball. 6 and 6 if it's the 6th inning or later and it's a 6-run lead or more. You don't steal bases. You don't swing at 3-0. Here's a swing and a foul back toward our booth and back out of play.
I would say this. I would definitely say Wrigley Field on days with the wind blowing out. Unless you got a huge lead, you got to almost keep playing. I really think so. We've seen way too many games with that wind blowing out where base hit, walk, 3-run homer, base hit, 2-run homer, and now you're right back in it.
You're right.
A day like today, I 100% agree with that.
Wind blowing in. The 2-2 now to Alex Bregman, and he swings and chops it foul. Lights having more and more of an effect. I don't mind the occasional cool summer breeze after all the hot weather we've had lately, Ron.
Yeah. It's almost like a shot of adrenaline.
Yeah.
Boy, you just get that refreshed feeling.
2-2 to Bregman. Check swing, ground ball foul toward the first base dugout.
It's definitely been a while since we've been cool here at a ballpark, whether it be home or on the road.
You get a little bit of everything in Chicago. And now the 2-2. Pop fly. Infield fly rule will be invoked. And the shortstop, McGonigal, makes the catch right near second base. 2 down, and the batter, Carson Kelly.
Kelly, we talked about it earlier. Kelly got that base hit to right to drive in 2 runs in that first inning. He's the 4th hitter, and he beat the shift. And, I'm telling you, there are some times where you've got to understand what the opposing team is doing to you and what they're giving you. And I thought Carson just using the other side of the field and just rolling the ball the other way really kicked off this ball game and got things rolling. The Cubs scored 2 on that. They had the bases loaded, and he just hit a ground ball the other way, kind of like you would try to hit a hit-and-run type pitch. Just drove it the other way. The whole right side of the diamond was vacated.
Carson taking outside now. The count 1-1. The Mets are up in Milwaukee. New York leading that ball game by a score of 3-0. They're in the 5th inning. I think it's about that time to start scoreboard watching on a pretty regular basis. Swinging a pop-up foul down the right field line, blowing way out of play. It ended up 80 feet back into the stands, and yet the right fielder, Margieri, the second baseman, Torres, and the first baseman, Torkelson, all thought they might have a play on it. A ball and 2 strikes on Carson Kelly.
Look at that flag in center field now. It is howling in.
Here's another foul off to the right, out of play.
Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
A run in, 2 down, men at first and second. And Kelly takes high. 2-2. Fromber Valdez worked a grand total of 2/3 of an inning before departing. He faced 10 batters, and 6 of them scored runs. Swinging a foul back out of play.
Number 75, Brandon Canopy, now walking from the Tigers. 75, Canopy.
Cubs still with a chance to keep this consecutive series win string alive. They've won their last 3 straight series, 2 out of 3. Strike 3 called and the inning is over. Kelly caught looking. It's on to inning number 4. Cubs on top 7-0. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Nico Horner. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
You know how your Wi-Fi is spotty in some places? Or keeps buffering at the worst times? But you kind of just live with it? You don't have to. You can just get Eero instead. Find out what fast, reliable Wi-Fi is like at Eero.com.
Choose Bradley University. Whether you're building robots, training on cutting-edge medical simulators, or diving into sports communication, Bradley prepares you. You'll cheer on D1 athletics, study abroad, and choose from over 200 student organizations. Plus, you'll benefit from competitive internships, community-focused research, and a top-tier education that provides a proven return on investments. Apply today at bradley.edu.
For 120 years, innovation has been at the heart of Sloan, and fans can experience it firsthand at Wrigley Field. From trusted restroom solutions to bottle fillers delivering clean drinking water, Sloan supports Cubs fans all season long. Learn more at Sloan.com.
In baseball, it's all about keeping your eye on the ball. And at Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha, it's about keeping things simple. No inflated prices, no games, just a relaxed, honest car buying experience. This month only, drive home a new 2026 Subaru Ascent with 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus get $1,000 in instant Ziegler savings. Visit ZieglerSubaruKenosha.com today. Take the short drive north and discover why there's a lot to love at Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. $1,389 for $1,000. Finance with $0 down to qualified buyers with approved credit on select models. Expires 7/31/26.
Stuck in Chicago traffic again? Vertiport Chicago flies you downtown in 16 minutes. Skip the gridlock. Book your flight at notraffic.vip.
Time to take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app. Save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. In Milwaukee, bottom of the 5th inning, Mets leading the Brewers 3-0. Carson Benj with a 2-run single for New York. Former Cub Jared Young with a solo shot, number 7 on the year for him. Other action, top of the 9th in Cleveland. The Guardians beat the Twins 5-2. It's the Dodgers 2 and the Phillies 1 after 5 innings of play. Max Muncy with a 2-run shot for L.A. Rays on top of the Blue Jays 8-2 in the top of the 7th. Nick Fortes with a 3-run home run.
David Peterson starts his work here in the 4th inning. It was a very dramatic pause, Zach. I was waiting for you to keep on going, but was there another item you wanted to discuss?
Oh, yeah, there are a whole bunch of scores, but I just saw Peterson work his motion like right now.
Fly ball to left, over toward the line. Ian Happ makes a running catch. Happ gets a good jump on a ball. That's why he wins Gold Gloves out there. 1 down.
And the first out bat is sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
Yeah,
Meantime,
don't let the game slow you down, Zeke.
Yeah, we'll continue here. Manny Machado with a pair of solo home runs tonight. He's got 22 on the year. Padres lead the Braves 6-2. Bottom of the 7th inning in Atlanta. Giants 2, Royals 1. They are in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Dylan Dingler, the batter, takes a strike.
The Rangers lead the White Sox 5-0 in the last of the 4th. Top 5, Astros 2, Marlins 0. Nationals and Rockies tied at 2 in the 2nd.
Swinging a foul back out of play. Peterson throwing strikes.
And a couple of games rained out. Pirates and Yankees in New York. And as Pat mentioned earlier, Orioles and Red Sox rained out in Boston.
Here it is 7-0 Cubs leading the Tigers. This pitch is inside to Dingler. Dingler had the big night last night. 2 homers, 3 RBIs, 4 hits. He doubled his first time up tonight. Right-handed batter, open stance. And the next offering down low, 2-2.
Yeah, you start looking at numbers of catchers in the league. 270, 21, and 63. That's pretty good.
Dingler gets jammed, bounces one to short. A charging Swanson makes the pick and the throw to get him. And that's the second out in the inning. Peterson rolling along, doing a nice job, Ron. He's throwing strikes and recording outs.
Yeah, that's the biggest key on a night like tonight where you've got a wind howling in. The Cubs offense gives you a big lead. You're up 7-0. Just go ahead and fire fastballs, and you don't just have to go right after them with all fastballs, but make sure you're on the attack in the strike zone.
Riley Green flied out to the warning track. And center his first time. He takes a breaking ball that missed. Cubs with a 7-0 lead. Swing and a miss.
Pat, the third inning is brought to you by Consumers Credit Union, the people in your corner who stand up for you wherever you go.
A long-legged left-hander. David Peterson brings it. This ball's bounced to first. Gloved cleanly by Bush. Underhand feed to Peterson on the bag. Score that one 3-1. The Tigers go 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of inning number 4. Cubs 7, Tigers nothing on the score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Great Cubs guests all season long. Rahimi, Harrison, Grody, middays 10-2 on 104.3 The Score.
There are trucks, and then there's the 2026 GMC Sierra with employee pricing for everyone. Built with the capability to handle what life throws your way. That's the GMC Sierra, where power meets precision in a truck that leads where it matters most. GMC Sierra, it's the truck. We are professional grade. Right now, celebrate Independence Day with employee pricing for everyone on all GMC Sierra 1500 models. Visit your local GMC dealer and they will help you choose between the hardworking Sierra 1500 Pro, the well-equipped SLT, the off-road ready AT4, or the luxurious GMC Sierra Denali. Come explore the 2026 GMC Sierra lineup and take a test drive today. Experience engineering that fits your lifestyle. GMC, offering employee pricing for everyone at your local GMC dealer today. At participating dealers only. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 8/3/26.
Summer is here, and if your AC can't keep up with the heat, now is the perfect time to upgrade. Four Seasons is having their summer savings event. 72 months interest-free financing with up to $4,000 in rebates. Plus same-day installation with no extra charge. They'll beat any competitor's offer by $1,000 guaranteed. For all your cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs, you know who to call.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
New car, used car, or electric car, Consumers Credit Union delivers competitive rates and flexible terms. Join the people in your corner at myconsumers.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
League leaders are sponsored by Gusto. Higher pay and grow your team with Gusto. Yordan Alvarez and Kyle Schwarber tied for the home run lead in Major League Baseball, each with 33. Otto Lopez of the Marlins, the batting average leader, hitting .334. Jordan Walker of the Cardinals, the RBI leader with 76.
Michael Bush will lead off the fourth inning, Zach, and take a strike. What else you got?
And Nasim Nunez of the Nationals is the stolen base leader with 37, Pat.
Bush 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Takes outside. Cubs lead 7-0. Nick Marley, the home plate umpire tonight. Derek Thomas at first. Marvin Hudson working at second, and Trip Gibson over at third. Here's the 1-1, swing and a miss. The announcement of the umpires brought to you by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. The lights have almost taken full effect, not just yet. They will in about 10 minutes or so. And Bush takes the ball outside, 2-2. But when the lights are on, tonight's game is powered by ComEd. Time Madden delivers. The ball swung on and missed. Bush is out on strikes, one away. And it brings up Nico Horner. Nico with a single and a foul out.
Well, you just got some gifts given to us up in the booth. not real keen on the gifts.
I'm sorry. They were right on my scorecard.
I apologize. I might have put them in the wrong spot.
Had to be able to see who's playing. I was calling him Marjorie. I wouldn't want to go back to Marjorie.
Yeah, I know.
I had to move.
Be a problem. Yeah.
We've all got issues. 1 ball and 1 strike. The next pitch to Nico Horner is outside, 2-1. Cubs scored 6 in the first inning, and they got 1 in the third. Trying to get to 13 games above 500 again. Horner with a count of 2-2. We have to make our attendance guesses, by the way, as Nico hits a fly ball down the right field line. Ranging over and making the catch is Marjorie. And that's going to be out number 2. Well, I don't see a whole lot of empty seats. We had 39,000 plus last night. I have to believe we're in that same neighborhood, so I'll go ahead and say 38,993. 38,983. That is palindromic, isn't it?
It is.
Top of your game tonight, partner. I will say 39,500. That guess is for Rick Sutcliffe, who is a couple booths down from us.
Actually, Sut gave me his guess for
I don't
tonight.
care what his guess is. I'm telling you my guess.
Now, Rick is a big fan of, he played for the Cubs, but he's a big fan of the Cubs. He listens to our broadcast a lot. He watches games on television. He lives out in Southern California.
San Diego, yeah. No, he was giving me a hard time earlier today about my attendance guesses here in the booth. And he said,
fly ball to center. Veerling is going to start back and now run in to make the catch on the ball hit by Happ.
It's probably right where this story should be ending.
Cubs go 1, 2, 3. And that story went nowhere. We go to inning number 5. And Zach's going to join Ron in a moment. And Ron will finish his story with Zach. It's the Cubs 7 and the Tigers nothing. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here on 104.3 The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra vutrisiran is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Hey, Ron Coomer here. Selling your house doesn't have to be complicated. My friend Jeff and his veteran-led team simplify the whole process. No repairs, no clean out, no months of waiting, just a fair offer, and you pick when you close.
Here's how it works. Give us a call and we'll visit your property and provide an offer and close on your schedule. Whether you're moving a parent or just going in a different direction, we make it simple.
Call them at 630-556-8892. That's 630-556-8892 or jeffbuysyourhouse.com.
Rear-ended? That's wrong. Hurt in a fall? That's wrong. Call D&W, Chicago's Injury Law Group. Call the 8s, 312-888-8888.
Spencer Torkelson swings and misses at a sinking fastball from David Peterson to begin the top half of the fifth inning. Cubs with a 7-0 lead over the Tigers. Peterson deals. The next pitch is another swing and miss by Torkelson, this time out in front of a changeup. 0-2 the count. Spiegel and Holmes talk Cubs baseball and Chicago sports every weekday from 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score and the Odyssey app. Peterson, the left-hander, works on the third base side of the rubber. He whirls and deals. Here's the 0-2. Low and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count on Torkelson, who flied out to left his first time up, 0 for 1. Cubs struck early and often. Here's the 1-2 by Peterson. Torkelson fouls it back out of play off to the right, 1-2. Cubs with a 6-run first inning. Framber Valdez did not even finish that first inning for the Tigers. Peterson deals. Torkelson looks at a ball low and outside. Count is 2-2. Carson Kelly, a 2-run single in that 6-run first inning. Michael Busch and Ian Happ with Ribby singles. Pete Crow, Armstrong, and Seiya Suzuki both drew bases loaded walks. The 2-2. And a ground ball hit up the middle, fielded by Horner with the backhand. The throw to first in time. Torkelson's retired. 1 away here in the top of the fifth. The first out is sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
Well, good pitch, good play. Ball hit sharply, but you know, sometimes for a pitcher, you got to know when to go after a ball and when to just back away from it. And I thought Peterson not trying to catch that ball was the right play, and it went right to Horner.
Matt Vierling at the plate, looks at a ball high and outside, a fastball that missed, 1-0. Cool, we've got to finish playing the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game.
Well,
yeah, before they actually announce the attendance.
Fire away.
Here's the 1-0. A swing and miss by Vierling, 1-1 the count. I'm going to go 38,500. Our engineer Paul Zarang is going to submit a guess of 39,222. And we're not done. As Peterson deals the 1-1. Vierling looks at a ball off the outside, 2-1. And I'll give Sut's guess just because he implored me to do so prior to the game. Rick Sutcliffe going with 37,777. He did submit the entry fee of $20 to each guy. The pitch.
He did.
Vierling hits a pop fly. Right center field. Alcantara under it. Now backing up just a bit and makes the catch with PCA crisscrossing behind him. 2 away.
I did not see that money, but I'm guessing you're $80 richer. Congratulations.
Yeah, you're a very smart man off to my left.
And if Sut went for that, good for him.
Yeah. He did not. I tried, though.
Yeah.
With every ounce of my body.
We had some good laughs earlier today as, you know, probably a couple hours before the game time we're all up here. Sut always brings some energy, and you better be on your A game because he's coming. He's firing bullets at you. We had good talk up here earlier.
Ben Malgiri at the plate. He swings and misses after looking at a ball off the outside. So the count is 1-1. Malgiri, M-A-L-G-E-R-I. Ben Malgiri. Here's the 1-1. That's a called strike, sinking fastball from Peterson, 1-2. Kind of an ominous looking sky.
All of a sudden, right?
Above Wrigley Field. Here's the 1-2. That's in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Overcast. Right above. and a lighter gray way out in the background beyond center field. Wind blowing in from left and blowing in hard. It's cooled off considerably here this evening. The 2-2. A bouncing ball hit to short, fielded on a high hop by Swanson. Sidearm throw to first in time. That gets Malgiri. Tigers go down in order in the top of the fifth. Middle five, all Cubs, 7-0 over Detroit on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Chicago, this is Pete Crow Armstrong. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
They call this one Bill.
Whoa, aliens? Am I in a spaceship?
Affirmative, Bill.
What's with the laser saw?
Relax. We are cutting our bill in half.
What?
An Xfinity mobile transmission says you can cut your bill in half.
Oh, your mobile bill, not me, Bill.
Xfinity Mobile also says we can try it free for a year. Free.
Yes, with no commitment. Can we put the saw away?
I am reluctant. But we will find another being to bisect.
That's not sci-fi. It's Xfinity Mobile. Xfinity Internet members cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. No commitment. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings compares one line of Xfinity Mobile Select to comparable plans from T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T as of 3/24/26. Taxes, fees, extra. $30 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
Hey, Chicago, Coom here. Stats don't lie. Want MVP numbers and light beer? That's Flight by Yingling. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp, refreshing. That's elite efficiency. Other beers, padding stats with extra carbs and no flavor. Care about your beer stats? The choice is obvious. Flight is dominating. Numbers don't lie, Chicago. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Save time every time for a great haircut. Just download the Great Clips app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Don't wait. Wrigley Field experiences are still available for the September 12th game. VIP packages include game tickets, a pregame reception, a tour, a meet and greet with a current Cubs player. Learn more at cubs.com/Wrigley Field experience. Bottom five, Cubs 7, Tigers nothing. Dansby Swanson will dig in. There's a new man on the mound for Detroit. 28-year-old right-hander Brennan Hanafy, and the first pitch is looped into shallow right center field. It drops in for a base hit. So Dansby reaches with a bloop single to right center to begin the fifth.
You know you're swinging good when you get an inside fastball or a pitch running in on you and you're a little tardy getting to it. If you pull that ball, that means you're going out and around the baseball. If you hit that ball to the middle or the other way, that means your hands are going in the right direction. The timing just wasn't great. And that's exactly what happened to Dansby. Got that ball, beat him a little bit in, but he loops that ball over the infield to right center. Good swing, base hit.
Now Michael Conforto will pinch hit for Kevin Alcantara, left-handed batter with right-hander Hanafy on the mound. The kick and pitch is low and inside, 1-0 the count. All opponent pitching changes are sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. Hanafy works on the first base side of the rubber. The pitch is drilled deep to right. Racing back, Malgiri at the wall. Gone! Pinch hit, two-run home run for Michael Conforto. And the Cubs now up 9-0 over the Tigers here in the fifth.
Big swing of the bat for Michael coming off the bench. His 9th home run of the season. And if there's a place the ball is still going to carry with the wind blowing in from left, it's straight right off a left-handed bat who's going to hook that ball and then play the wind. And it's just like drawing a driver in golf, and that's exactly what Conforto did. It ends up about 4 rows deep.
A 383-foot drive for Conforto. 9-0 Cubs. Pete Crow Armstrong at the plate. The pitch. It's the outside portion of the plate for a strike. 0-1 the count. It was a changeup from Hanafy. PCA has reached base 3 times today. 2 hits, 2 RBIs. The pitch. High and outside. 1-1 the count.
How about Conforto with 4 pinch hit home runs this season.
He's had a flair for that thing this year. Here's the 1-1. Low and inside, 2-1 the count.
First outs in the inning. They're sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
Carl Armstrong waits for the 2-1 delivery. Here it comes. He swings and misses. Blazing fastball from Hennepy. 96 miles per hour was a little high. Carl Armstrong chased. 2-2 the count. PCA set the tone early, Coom. He tripled to lead off the game. Scored a run early. And also walked in that 6-run first inning. And drove in a run. Here's the 2-2. Low and inside. Carl Armstrong has worked a full count. Then in the third inning, PCA got an RBI single. 9-0 Cubs. Still no one out here in the bottom of the fifth inning. The payoff pitch. Low and inside, ball 4. PCA reaches base again for the fourth time tonight as he draws his second walk of the ballgame.
Yeah, the walk on a day like today with that wind blowing in, you just, for a pitching coach and a manager, it's just got to drive them crazy. You're like, the wind is howling in from straightaway center. You gotta go on the attack. When you're pitching in a game like this.
Seiya Suzuki looks at a slider off the outside, 1-0. Seiya has walked 3 times tonight and driven in a run and scored a run. Here's the 1-0. Inside.
We're halfway through this ball game. The Cubs have either walked or been hit by a pitch once 8 times in the game already.
9-0 Cubs, no one out, bottom 5, Carl Armstrong at first. The pitch. Suzuki swings and misses at a sinker, 2-1. Seiya entered play, riding a 9-game hitting streak. And the 2-1. A bouncing ball backhanded by Torres. Steps on second for 1. Throws to first in time for the double play. And 2 down here in the 5th. Cubs up 9-0. Alex Bregman will dig in.
Actually, pretty nice play. Second baseman, that Torres, he comes in and fields this ball. It's an in-between hop, but in a backhand play, not an easy catch, but he makes it. Once you make the catch, it's on that ground ball. It's a routine double play ball.
Alex Bregman swings, and it's a pop fly down the right field line. Slicing foul out of play. It did not have home run distance. 0-1 the count. I mentioned this yesterday, and I didn't get a chance to ask you why, but you said when Torres gets the ball in his glove, he's a slick fielding second baseman. What stands out to you about him?
Well, he's just got great hands. He always has. I would say as a second baseman, he is a guy with very good hands. He's probably, to me, with his range, probably more of a third baseman. But, it's one of those things where you got to slide him in where the need is sometimes. But he's always had very good hands. Range, I would say, is probably a little below average for a second baseman. But when you watch him pick it at second base, short, third, wherever he's at, he does a great job catching the baseball.
Alex Bregman looks at a slider for a strike. The 1-2 is pop foul out of play. Second deck off to the right. Torres, a 3-time All-Star now. It's a hot shot Cubs prospect back in the day, traded in 2016 to the Yankees in the Aroldis Chapman deal. The 1-2 off the outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count on Bregman.
Well, there's no doubt he's got some skills. I mean, you look at his glove and he can do that. He's always been a good hitter and continues to be.
The 2-2. Bregman fouls it back off the screen. Torres, an All-Star in 2018, 2019, and last year.
I just think when you put your scouting hat on and you start watching, the range of the quality defenders at different positions, his range compared to Nico, Terang, or some of the elite guys, not quite the same.
Bouncing ball left side. Oh, nifty snag by the third baseman Lee. He spins and fires a strike to first to get Bregman for out number 3. So that ends the 5th inning, but not before the Cubs add 2 more on the 2-run shot by Michael Conforto. 9-0 Cubs as we head to inning number 6 on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Michael Bush. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, Southwest Airlines here with more reasons why flying Southwest from Chicago just makes sense. We're famously friendly, nonstops out the wazoo, and so reliable. In fact, the Wall Street Journal ranked us number 1, first among U.S. airlines. I guess the answer to who's on first is Southwest Airlines, official airline of your Chicago Cubs. Based on WSJ's 2025 rankings, see southwest.com/WSJ.
All my life, my mom sacrificed for our family. So when she needed a liver transplant and I learned I was a match, I didn't hesitate to be her donor. Northwestern Medicine made the process seamless for both of us, including speaking to my mom in Spanish.
Top 10 in the nation for transplant volume, Francisco's living donor team removed part of his liver for his mom's transplant. Northwestern Medicine has saved the most lives through organ transplant in Illinois and its surrounding states. Northwestern Medicine. Better. Learn more at nm.org/transplant.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Odyssey Sports is presented by ZipRecruiter. Find out why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try it free at ZipRecruiter.com/team.
Cubs fans, it's Pat Hughes. If your business needs lots of water, the Village of Bedford Park offers a safe and reliable Lake Michigan water supply. Visit villageofbedfordpark.com.
Left-hander David Peterson still on the mound. He is pitching a tremendous game tonight. 5 shutout innings. First pitch to Rogers, bounced right back to the mound. Fielded by Peterson, throws to first. 1 pitch, 1 away. The only blemishes on his slate would be a leadoff double by Dylan Dingler back in the 2nd inning, and then a leadoff single by Ben Malgeri in the 3rd. Other than that, he has retired everyone he's faced. 16 of the, he's retired 15 of the 17 batters he has faced. Torres the batter, and Torres will take a strike. And now 16 of the 18. Torres has struck out and flied to right. Open stance, right-handed batter. And the pitch swung on and missed. And the count 1-2. Cubs trying to even up this series, trying to climb 13 games above the break-even point. And now the 1-2. Drilled foul off to the right and out of play. But Ron, you get a nice lead like the Cubs have, enjoying a 9-0 advantage, and you might as well just let David Peterson keep on going as long as he feels good and as long as he is effective. Why not? Strike 3 called on the outside corner. This is by far the best game he's pitched in a Cub uniform.
Yeah, there's no doubt, and you know, a couple things as you say, the offense gets you a bunch of runs, the wind's blowing in, you want your pitcher to just go ahead and attack. And he has done that. He has done that very well. It's a good building, kind of outing to build confidence for him and to stay in that Cubs rotation.
Kevin McGonigal, the batter, takes outside. And last night the Cubs bullpen used extensively, which is always the case in an extra inning game. Yeah. But it gives the bullpen most of the night off. You're not going to expect him to go all 9 innings, but he might be able to go 7.
Yeah. Well, he's at 73 pitches now, so you want, he's stretched out fully, so you're looking at around 100 pitches. He's still got a lot of room left, a lot left in the tank.
Here's a base hit into right center. Over to backhand the ball is Michael Conforto. Michael stayed in the game after his pinch hit 2-run homer in the 6th, or in the 5th. As we are in the 6th inning, Cubs lead 9-0. And with 2 outs, a man at first. And Kevin McGonigal steps in. Hao Yu Lee steps in. Lee, right-handed batter, takes outside, ball 1.
Now, we have not seen a lot of Lee, being in the National League as the Cubs are, and, you see Lee in this series. Talk about a good third baseman. He's got some range. He's got a good arm, very good hands. He made a great play to end the last inning.
Here's a bouncing ball to short. Scooped up by Swanson. Goes to second. There's the force. That's the inning. 6 shutout innings for David Peterson. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Cubs 9, Tigers nothing on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday with Rahimi, Harris, and Grody. 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score.
This summer, making memories in a Volvo SUV is easier than ever. Now, for a limited time, get savings on Volvo SUVs during the Summer Safely sales event, built with advanced safety features, so you can focus on the road ahead. Find your Volvo today. The Summer Safely sales event is on now. Visit volvocars.com/US to save.
Accumulation, preservation, generation. At Busey Bank, these are the principles we use to build meaningful financial partnerships with our clients and their families. With sound advice and vast resources, partner with Busey for a personalized approach to your legacy. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
Hey Cubs fans, this season, the Chicago Cubs are pitching for chicken with Chick-fil-A. If the Cubs strike out 3 batters in any inning during a home game, everyone gets a reward from Chick-fil-A on their mobile app. That's 3 strikeouts, 1 inning. Find more details and official rules at CFAChicagoland.com. Keep listening every home game for your chance at a free reward and eat more chicken.
Strike 3, you're out!
After the final out, head to New Lenox. The Summer Concert Series brings world-class live music to the Village Commons all summer long. From Cubs Radio to the stage, get tickets now at newlenox.net/concerts.
Carson Kelly is on deck for the Cubs. Who's on Deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit timbertech.com. Pat?
Carson Kelly will take a strike as the bottom of this inning is underway. Ground ball to first, fielded by Torkelson. Unassisted play. And in the bottom of the 6th inning, there's 1 down, nobody on. Cubs on top, 9-0. Trying to even up this series after a very difficult extra inning loss last night. 1 more game to go in this series, and that'll be tomorrow evening. It'll start at 7:10 Central Time. Colin Ray to start for the Cubs tomorrow night as Michael Busch will step in and hit a fly ball to left, slicing foul and back out of play. Colin Ray against Keider Montero. Montero 6-5 with a pretty good ERA, 3.22. I'm not real familiar with him, Ron.
Yeah, the same. I think, going into tomorrow, we'll do a little. I saw that. I saw his numbers, and I thought, okay, interesting.
Now, as a player, you probably would have gone online and looked at some of his video and gotten an idea of what he throws.
Yeah, going into a game day, there's no doubt. I would have seen all his pitches. You'd have seen his last ball game. There's a lot that you can, do to, and nowadays everything is out there, so there's no surprises when you go into a ball game.
Busch strikes out swinging. And now Nico Horner batting. 2 down, nobody on, bottom of the 6th inning. Cubs on top, 9-0. We're going to see what kind of a day this has been. July 21st, down through the baseball years as we look at some baseball history. This Day in Baseball History brought to you by villageofbedfordpark.com. It's time to make history for your business in Bedford Park. And I thank them for sponsoring the baseball history segment each and every game. Nico Horner with a count of 1-1. Nico 1 for 3 with a single. He hits a liner toward right, and making the catch is Margeri to end the inning. We'll get back to some more baseball history when we come back at the end of 6. Cubs 9, Tigers nothing. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs fans, it's Matthew Boyd. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Fans know a steal when they see one, like tuxedos and suits from Suits 2020 in Niles. Why rent when you can own for about the same price? Schedule your free fitting at Suits2020.com.
Hey, baseball fans, step up to the plate like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports is sports betting the way it should be, with no bet fees in Illinois. Circa Sports brings you player-friendly pricing, enhanced in-game options, exceptional customer service, and more. Whether you're betting with the home team or scouting the next big matchup, take your swing with the Circa Sports app. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com.
The time to refresh your interior space is now. FinishingChicago.com has the industry experts in glass systems, drywall finishing, wall covering, commercial painting, and signage. Whether it's a hotel lobby or a corporate workspace, first impressions matter. Now more than ever, people expect spaces that feel refreshing, thoughtful, and aligned with how they live and work. Make the most of your space by utilizing Finishing Chicago contractors. For a great finish, start with FinishingChicago.com.
Rev up your rewards at the pump with the Club Citgo app. Join today and enter for the chance to win big with members-only sweepstakes, plus everyday savings that stack automatically. Start with 20 cents off per gallon on your first fill-up and save 25 cents per gallon on your first 4 purchases with Plus Pay. Hit Premier status and unlock even more. So what are you waiting for? Download the Club Citgo app today and you're good to go. Savings good up to 30 gallons only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
Let's see what's on tap here in the 7th inning, sponsored by Flight by Yuengling, the next generation light beer. Well, Cubs have 1 ball in flight. Home run, a pinch hit homer by Conforto. His 4th pinch hit home run, Pat, of the season.
Ron, I think it was very clever the way you combined Yuengling with the batter Dingler leading off this 7th inning for the Tigers. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, chopped foul. Did you think long and hard about that, or did that just come naturally?
Well, we had guests in the booth, and I was supposed to read it in the 6th. Now we're reading it in the 7th. So I took the 6 and made it a 7, and now Yuengling and Dingler are in the same inning. How's that?
Whatever you just said, I agree with it. Here's a pitch outside, and the count now 1-2.
That's why we're good partners, boy, I'll tell you.
Cubs got 6 in the first inning tonight, and they've been coasting ever since, leading 9-0. Here is a swing and a foul back by Dylan Dingler. We were going to talk about some baseball history. We've got a few things for you. Now, here's something you don't see every day. 1930, the Cardinals had George Puccinelli and Jim Bottomley, and the Dodgers had guys named Hal Lee and Harvey Henrick, all homering as pinch hitters in the same game.
Wow.
Can you imagine 4 pinch hit home runs in one big league ball game? It happened on this date in 1930. Jim Rice. I remember this incident. I had forgotten some of the details. Jim Rice was suspended by the Red Sox on this date in 1988 for 3 days for shoving manager Joe Morgan. Not the ball player, Joe Morgan. This is the manager, Joe Morgan, a different guy. It says the Boston outfielder became upset when the skipper pinch hit for him using the light-hitting shortstop Spike Owen.
How about that?
I can kind of see how that would happen.
Yeah.
Right? Some bad feelings there.
No doubt. Absolutely.
Ball 4 to Dingler. He will not be held on by Michael Bush. Cubs are taking their chances that he's not going to be stealing bags with his team down by 9. Riley Green swings and fouls it back. 1998, I remember this one. Kerry Wood outdueled Greg Maddux in their first ever matchup, 3-0. Kerry struck out 11. I'm pretty sure that was down in Atlanta. And that was the same year that Kerry burst onto the scene with that electrifying 20 strikeout game. And of course, by that time, Maddux was well established as one of the best pitchers of his generation. And there was a lot of excitement for those two guys to pitch in the same game. And there was the Cubs connection as well.
Absolutely.
Of course, Maddux, the former Cub, and Woody, the new Cub. Here's a swing and a drive to left, slicing toward foul territory and going out of play. Before we continue, 10 seconds for ID. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Rahimi, Harris, and Grody, middays 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score. This is the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network, WSCR, WSCR-FM, and HD1 Chicago.
Cubs 9, Tigers nothing. 7th inning. Nobody out with a man at first. Swing and a miss, and Green is out on strikes. And David Peterson still with some good stuff. That was a sharp breaking ball.
Yep. Good over the top hook. And good break going away from Green. Excellent pitch. Get the punch out.
Spencer Torkelson, the batter. Now here's one I remember because I mentioned it to Joe Torre. Joe became a broadcaster and, of course, a famous manager after his career. But when he was broadcasting, I remembered this game. In 1975, Torre is playing for the New York Mets. He grounded into 4 double plays in one game.
Wow.
Can you imagine? Now, Felix Millan had 4 singles. It says Millan had 4 singles but was wiped out each time.
I wish I'd have known that in 2002 when I was playing for Torre. If I had a bad day, I just, wasn't that bad, Skip. Remember this date?
Here's a pitch low and inside. Joe, in typical Joe Torre fashion, good-natured about it. He laughed about it. He said, it was Felix Millan's fault. He kept setting up the double play every time I came up.
Yeah, that's right.
Blame him.
There you go.
Here's the 2-1 to Torkelson. Dribbled foul. The great Ernie Banks had home run number 511 on this date in 1971, and that tied him with Mel Ott on the all-time list. I wish Ernie could have seen that World Series back in 2016. Missed it by a couple of years, I believe. Ron Santo missed it by 6 years.
Jack Brickhouse, another one. You know, I grew up listening to Jack Brickhouse here.
He would have had fun. He would have had a tremendous amount of fun. So would Harry Carey. Harry would have loved that.
Yep.
2-2 on Spencer Torkelson. And the pitch on the way by David Peterson. It's up and away for a ball. Let's see what else has happened in baseball history. '93. Now this is an unusual one. Astros shortstop Jose Uribe. There's a fly ball to left. It's playable for Ian Happ, and he's going to snare it for the second out of the inning. Cubs lead 9-0. I do remember this, reading about it, though. Jose Uribe, shortstop for the Astros, walked on a 3-2 count thanks to home umpire Harry Wendelstedt losing track of the pitches.
Oh, there you go.
Greg Counts is going to go out and get David Peterson. Let's listen to the crowd showing their appreciation for Peterson. Very nice ovation for David. He gets congratulations from all of his teammates. And a pitching change means a timeout. Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Cubs lead 9-0. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Live in the Chicagoland area? Get all the Cubs games on the Odyssey app. AUDACY.
They call this one Bill.
Whoa, aliens? Am I in a spaceship?
Affirmative, Bill.
What's with the laser saw?
Relax. We are cutting our bill in half.
What?
An Xfinity mobile transmission says you can cut your bill in half.
Oh, your mobile bill, not me, Bill.
Xfinity Mobile also says we can try it free for a year. Free.
Yes, with no commitment. Can we put the saw away?
I am reluctant. But we will find another being to bisect.
That's not sci-fi. It's Xfinity Mobile. Xfinity Internet members cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. No commitment. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings compares one line of Xfinity Mobile Select to comparable plans from T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T as of 3/24/26. Taxes, fees, extra. $30 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
The Out-of-Town Scoreboard is sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app. Save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Top of the 8th inning in Milwaukee. The Mets with a 4-0 lead over the Brewers. Luis Robert Jr. and Jared Young both going deep for New York. The Red Sox were rained out at Fenway Park, so they were not able to play the Orioles tonight. Pat?
But they will try to extend their winning streak to 15 in a row tomorrow. They've got a day-night doubleheader at Fenway against those Baltimore Orioles. Aaron Civale making his Cubs debut for this year. It's his second tour of duty as a Cub. And he'll go to work on Matt Vierling. Here's the 0-1 pitch, a swing and a miss by Vierling.
First out in the inning, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
Civale was with the Athletics, working in 16 games earlier this year. His ERA, 5.4. Fastball away to Vierling. But you're going to start seeing some trades very, very soon. Today, the 21st of July. The deadline is August 3rd. And now the 1-2. Inside for a ball. Seems like an abundance of relief pitchers always change teams at the deadline.
Yep, it's one of those things that, guys break down, and you're a playoff team or a contending playoff team. You need that bullpen arm.
Little looper into right center, falling in there for a base hit. Pete Crow Armstrong fires to third, and it's not in time. Boy, that's a close play. A little surprising to see the runner Dingler going first to third on a play where he really had to hustle and slide with his team down by 9 runs.
I think Dingler thought that there would be no play at all, even try at third base, and it turns out to be very close to third. Cubs are not going to challenge, but a very close play. And I'm sure he's like, whew, didn't expect that.
It's a single for Vierling. The batter now is Malgiri. Malgiri, the right-handed batter, takes a curve outside from Civale.
We're coming in live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
7th inning stretch right around the corner. Deep drive, left center. Back toward the wall. Pete Crow Armstrong makes a great catch. He gracefully caught it, slowed down, gently collided with the ivy-covered brick wall. He made it look easy, and it was not at all easy. What a play.
That play would be kind of the gator arms, like you're just thinking you're at the wall. Pete stretches out and makes the play. Unbelievable.
The 7th inning stretch is sponsored by Volvo XC90. Room for everyone, ready for wherever the road takes you.
All right, Cubs fans, let me hear ya! 1, 2, 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back, 'cause it's root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Let's go, Chicago!
Hey Chicago, this is Alex Bregman. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs radio network.
Joel Got Wines is a true all-American classic and the go-to wine for America's favorite pastime. Since 1996, Joel has selected the best vineyards in California to craft balanced, approachable, and food-friendly wines. Whether it's a classic Chicago dog or Italian beef sandwich, Joel Got is the perfect pairing for any ballpark staple. Whether you're watching at Wrigley Field or at home, look for Joel Got Wines in the wine aisle at your local retailer. Joel Got Wines, official wine partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Zach McKinstry is a position player. Of course, you know that. He used to be with the Cubs, and he played right field for most of last night's game. He has come on to pitch for the Detroit Tigers in the bottom of this 7th inning. And his first pitch high and inside to Ian Happ. And the next offering is a changeup, low and inside. This guy is really throwing slowly.
I don't know about changeup. I would say gravity ball.
And the next pitch is outside.
Now, for you people, at home, when you were a kid playing in the park and you were playing like 4-on-4, and the guy would lob it in there, like lob league is what we'd call it. That's what we got going on here.
And I understand why teams do this, Ron. They don't want to burn one of their regular relievers in a ball game. They'd rather rest him instead of working him on the mound. But there's just something about watching it that tells me this is something less than big league baseball.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I think this is not good.
Ground ball, diving stop by the shortstop, and the throw to first not in time. Dansby Swanson gets the infield single. Safe at second is Ian Happ.
Now, Hao-Yu Lee has got moved over to short with all the changes. He makes another great play at shortstop, laying out for this ball. Pretty incredible, but did not get Dansby as a big base hit.
James Outman comes into play center. Michael Conforto batting, takes a very slow pitch for a strike. Matt Vierling now in left.
It's a slow curveball on the board. That's just gravity, guys.
The next offering way inside. Holt Keith at third base. There's a high fly ball to right field. Playable for Margeri near the track. Makes the catch. Tagging and going to third is Ian Happ after the grab, and it's out number 1. Let's see. Hao-Yu Lee at shortstop. I think that is the extent of all their changes.
Yeah, I think the league, in this union agreement that's coming up, there's a lot of issues going on, and there's a lot of things that need to be discussed. This is one of those situations. If you call Uncle as a team, kind of, in these last 2 innings, there's got to be some kind of roster move available or something like that to allow teams to keep pitching big league pitchers, because this, as our fans here at Wrigley are booing, and I don't blame them.
Yeah, the 1-1 pitch, a slow pitch is in there for a strike, 1-2. And Zach wanted me to acknowledge the 7th inning stretch singers, as I thought they did a nice job. Elsie Hendershot and Zane Navratil Chicago slice pickleball players. And Zach, you seem to be a little bit more familiar with that sport than I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Cubs coaching staff right before the break played pickleball in Cincinnati. And that's all I know.
Was it an exciting outcome?
Yeah.
There's a swing and a smash foul down the right field side. I have not yet played any pickleball. Have you, Ron?
I have not. I used to play a game called platform tennis, which is somewhat similar. But since the knee replacement, that ended some of those games. I don't play them anymore.
Runners at first and third, one away. Cubs lead 9-0. Pete Core Armstrong swings at a pitch over his head and fouls it down the right field line. I get the feeling Pete's going to swing at darn near anything.
Yeah, it's just an odd situation.
3-2 pitch way outside, ball 4. And again, I understand why teams do it, Ron. But there are statistics and there's integrity of numbers. Let's say a guy gets 5 hits over the course of a season and wins the batting title by 1 point over a guy who got no hits in these types of situations. No. Is that really fair?
Yeah, no, I would agree. I think there's got to be something done.
There's a ground ball to third. The throw goes to second and then over to first. And that's a double play. So the Cubs do not score.
Cubs are going to challenge this play, and I think Suzuki is going to be safe at first base. And the reason why Craig Counsell has to challenge this is it's an RBI for Suzuki.
See, that kind of goes back to
right, exactly what you were saying. He's going to be safe at first. They called him out. I'm telling you, he's going to be safe. And Craig Counsell, I know he didn't want to do it, but you know, your hitter, this is an RBI now, and it's just a weird situation. But he's going to be safe. Yeah, he's going to be safe at first, and it's going to be another run for the Cubs and an RBI.
So Seiya gets his 51st run batted in. And the umpires, for some reason, are still watching it in New York before rendering a final verdict. It's pretty clear he was safe.
All reviews in this game are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine.
So Seiya gets the RBI. Cubs lead 10-0. And the batter is Alex Bregman. Walks by Cubs batters. As Bregman will take a strike. Walks by Cubs batters. Sponsored by It'sNotAGameIllinois.com. Speeding in a work zone is like arguing with the ump. A no-win. Mind the signs, avoid the fines. Off-speed pitch missing, 1-1. And the next pitch, swung on, drilled into left field. There's a base hit for Bregman. And you cannot blame at all a hitter, Ron, trying to get hits. That's his job. That's what he does. You can't tell a guy, don't get a hit.
I agree. You got to keep, and you guys are running balls out. I mean, yeah, it's just, as you said, I think that's a great way to describe it. It's a bad look for our game to have this happen. There's 40,000 people right under here still in the ballpark. And, you know, you're watching a game that you would play in the Park District. You know, that's not good.
You know, we kind of become accustomed to watching Major League Ball after all these years, Ron. I know you played it, and you know how fierce and competitive it is and how legitimate all of your achievements were and how difficult they were. And then to watch a guy throwing 50 miles an hour, throwing lob balls, it just doesn't seem right. There's a strike to Carson Kelly. And I agree with you. There should be some rules put on the books to eliminate this practice.
Yep.
There's ball 4. It was over the head of Carson Kelly.
Tough plays in the game today. They're sponsored by Loyola Medicine. Loyola Medicine defines tough.
Excellent start by David Peterson. A quality start, in fact. Quality start sponsored by Benjamin Moore. Start your next project with quality paints. From Benjamin Moore, official paint of the Chicago Cubs, Michael Busch swings and misses, almost like William Bendix in the old Babe Ruth movie. He swings and hits a pop fly to Torres, the second baseman, and that ends the inning. Cubs score twice. We go to the 9th inning. I beg your pardon, we go to the 8th inning. Cubs on top 11-0 on the score on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Chicago, this is Carson Kelly. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
And Doug.
Hot dog! Get your hot dog!
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct. To the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. Get a free oil filter and more during the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone, now through July 27th.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Remember enjoying those iconic red, white, and blue freezer pops in the summer? Now imagine that flavor reinvented as an energy shot. Introducing the Firework Freeze 5-Hour Energy Shot. A flavor explosion of sweet cherry, zesty lime, and electric blue raspberry that all come blasting together for a seriously refreshing shot. Ignite your taste buds with the flavor of the summer. Get a Firework Freeze 5-Hour Energy Shot today. For more information, visit 5hourenergy.com.
Surround yourself in color with Regal Select from Benjamin Moore. Rich, durable, and effortlessly beautiful. Find yours at your locally owned retailer. Visit benjaminmoore.com today.
11-0 Cubs here in the top of the 8th inning. It's been all Cubs today. This 8th inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids, 877. Cars for Kids, that's Cars with a K. To donate your car today, Patrick.
Civale still on the mound for the Cubs. As this 8th inning gets underway, Cubs with a comfortable 11-0 lead. Pete Crow-Armstrong has been taken out of the game to rest the last couple of innings. Justin Dean now is the center fielder. Nico Horner moves from second over to shortstop, giving Dansby Swanson a little bit of a breather. Pedro Ramirez comes in to play second base. We are waiting for the attendance. I believe I saw 39,039 at Wrigley, another sellout. And Paul Zarang, our excellent engineer, is the winner in the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game.
Very nice, Ziggy. Ziggy, I think you need to collect your money off Sut. 2 booths over.
Was there a friendly wager before the game?
If there wasn't, there should be, and Ziggy should collect.
Strike 3 called on the batter for the Tigers. Civale gets the strikeout. Malgeri is out number 1, and the batter is, let me correct that, Rogers. Rogers is the man who struck out. My scorecard is getting a little bit messy. Gleyber Torres batting for Detroit. Top of the 8th, 1 away, nobody on, 11-0 Cubs. Cubs are going to be 13 above 500. Tigers are going to fall to 7 below Kind of curious to see what the Tigers do with Tarek Skubal at the trading deadline, if anything.
Boy, isn't that something, right? The elite pitchers in our game.
Boy, there's a lot of teams who'd like to have him for the last 2 months. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's going to be out number 2.
Yeah, you throw him in your rotation, and all of a sudden that's the game changer. In all of baseball, he's the elite. One of the elite arms in our game. Cy Young Award winner. I mean, whoa.
When you look at any postseason series, and you're going to play, at the very least, you're going to play 3 games, right?
Yep.
Well, I guess you could play a best 2 of 3, and there'd only be 2 games, but he would certainly be one of those pitchers in that series, you'd think. Here is a line drive foul.
Well, and you add maybe the best pitcher in the game to a staff that probably if you're one of the elite teams, you've already got a really good staff.
Right.
Well, you make it really tough.
Some teams with question marks, for example, Shohei Ohtani. Not throwing right now. He's resting his knee. Jacob Mizorowski of Milwaukee, he's trying to recover and trying to get back to full strength. I think I saw where he worked about 5 innings in a recent game, the last day or 2. There's the 1-2, and it's outside.
Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are brought to you by Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers.
Cubs lead 11-0. And the pitch on the way. It's low and outside for a ball. Civale coming back 3-2 to Colt Keith. Fly ball left field, shallow and playable for Ian Happ. He's waiting. He's got it. 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Cubs 11, Tigers nothing. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday with Rahimi, Harris, and Grody, 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score.
Leaks, clogs, or burst pipes. Chicagoland depends on Plumbers 911, providing professional, licensed, local 130 plumbers who get the job done right the first time. For 24/7 emergency plumbing service, call 833-PLUM-911.
Honey, did you invite the minions over?
Well, you know how we talked about getting Wi-Fi from Xfinity?
Yeah.
I ordered it this morning, was online in minutes, then they showed up.
So they just came over to use the Wi-Fi? For what?
Better not to know.
Get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Plus, lock in your price for 5 years and see Minions and Monsters only in theaters. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
Benny's goes to the dogs. Every time the Cubs leadoff man gets a hit, Benny's Beverage Depot donates $200 to area service dog charities. Here's toasting to man's best friend. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Did you know you could earn up to $600 when you open a checking account at Old National Bank?
$600? You could do a lot with that. Like tickets to somewhere warm?
Now boarding for Miami.
Or tickets to your favorite band.
Or tickets to your favorite band in Miami.
Boom! Now you're talking.
Earn up to a $600 bonus when you open an eligible checking account and complete qualifying activities. Additional restrictions apply. Visit oldnational.com/checking. Offer valid through October 30th, 2026. Member FDIC.
Whether it's your first time up at bat or advancing your career with graduate study, National Louis University offers career-focused business programs built for your future. NLU means business. Visit nlu.edu today.
Score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, they've got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/Cubs, the official source for your Chicago Cubs gear. Pat?
Bottom of the 8th inning, Nico Horner batting, and he'll hit a bouncing ball to short. Scooped up by Lee, and the throw to first is in time. One down here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Rogers is the new pitcher for the Tigers.
Rogers started the game as the catcher today.
It says it's his first career pitching appearance. But he does get the first man he faces and now goes to work on Ian Happ. Ian is not going to bat left-handed. He's going to bat right-handed. And now the 1-0. Ian pulls the ground ball foul toward third. So Jake Rogers now pitching. Dylan Dingler now catching. Zach McKinstry is playing second base. Please stay tuned for Zach Zaidman's post-game show. He is preparing it diligently even as we speak. Here's the next offering. It misses. It's 2-1. It's called the Old National Bank Cubs radio post-game show. That makes it the official bank of the Cubs radio network. And Ian Happ gets hit by the pitch. I don't think it would even leave a slight bruise.
No, it's got thrown behind him, and he tried to kind of shuffle out of the way, and it just clipped him in the foot.
So, Zach, I know you got your microphone there. Here's a drive into left center. That's going to be a base hit over toward the gap, and it is misplayed by the left fielder out there. And he gets it back in. That's Veerling. Not sure what Veerling was doing on that ball.
No, I don't know if he got a very good break on it at all, but I like what the Cubs did. They didn't try to take an extra base or try to score an extra run.
So the Cubs have men at second and third with one away. It's ruled a double. And now Michael Conforto drills one deep to right, foul, out of play. But, Zach, what's on tap for your post-game show tonight?
A lot of runs by the Cubs, so a lot of highlights. Michael Conforto joining a special group in Cubs history tonight.
Now, Zach, that was a fifth-inning home run that he hit. And that would have meant that was your play-by-play call, so...
Yeah, that'll be a part of it.
I'll look forward to hearing that one.
It was his fourth pinch hit home run of the year, and that ties the Cubs' all-time record. Glenn Allen Hill did it.
Here's a ball outside.
Glenn Allen Hill did it back in 1999, and Conforto still has 61 more games to get the record.
I like his chances.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, absolutely. Doubles by Cubs hitters are sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Reliable, comfortable, convenient. Southwest just makes sense.
Cubs have the bags loaded now with one away, leading by a score of 11-0. And Justin Dean is up, and he's a young player. He needs some base hits, so he's going to be trying. This is not a joke to him.
No, he's got 5 at-bats, but he's been up for about a month now, and he wants to get a hit. He's got the bases loaded, 1 out. He hits one in the gap. He at least drive in 2.
Dean will take a fastball strike.
That looked like a rocket, and it was 77 miles an hour. Yeah, after the ball's lobbing in there.
Right-hander to right-hander. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. Strike 3. So Rogers throws one by Dean. 2 down, bases loaded. And the batter, Seiya Suzuki. Seiya has already walked 3 times in the game. Cubs with a 6-run rally in the very first inning tonight, and it really has not been competitive since. Cubs added a run in the 3rd, 2 more in the 5th, and the rout was on. It's 11-0 here in the 8th. 2-1 on Seiya. Fastball swinging a foul at the plate. 7:10 start tomorrow night.
Yeah, a little later. Yeah.
I think it's one of the network television outfits that is dictating that starting time tomorrow night. And now the 3-2. Strike three call. Cubs don't score. We go to the ninth inning. 11-0 Cubs on the score, and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Spiegel and Holmes, great Cubs guests, and more.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
The Arizona Diamondbacks are striking back after a slow start, and it's largely thanks to one of baseball's fastest men.
Corbin's on the run. He's going the distance. He's going for speed.
Corbin Carroll has been playing like an MVP since his debut in 2022, but in his fourth full season, he's taken his game to a whole new level.
This guy's unbelievable. He's unforgettable.
On Sunday, Carroll put together one of the best games of his career, going 4 for 4 with 2 triples and a 9-1 D-backs win. That put Carroll at 8 triples for the season, twice as many as any other player, and 51 for his career.
He's the reason why you come to the ballpark.
Watch him hit and watch him run.
He became the second fastest player of all time to reach 80 homers and 50 triples. Only Hall of Famer Lou Gehrig did it faster. Carroll's on pace to lead the majors in triples for the 3rd straight season, and he's only 1 triple away from tying the
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs. They may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Top 9, 11-0 Cubs. The 9th inning is sponsored by Circa Resort and Casino. Get ready for the time of your life. CircaLasVegas.com.
How You Lead leads off, lines one to shallow center, falling in front of Dean. And it's a leadoff single for How You Lead. Aaron Civale still on the mound for the Cubs, working in his 3rd inning. Came on in the 7th. A man at first, nobody out. Cubs lead 11-0, and Dylan Dingler steps in. Dingler with a double and a ground out and a base on balls. First pitch is going to be outside for a ball. Ron, it's about time for you to think about naming the Toast of the Game ball player, presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. Benny's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs.
Well,
what do you like?
Got a lot of options today. When the score is 11-0, you know, you got offense galore. The offense was really helped by a ton of walks today and hit a couple hit batters. So, you know, but the offense did its job right away in that 1st inning. But I really think going into today's ball game,
deep fly ball to left center. This is going to be back toward the wall and gone for a home run. Dylan Dingler with a 2-run homer, and the Tigers get on the board. It's now 11-2.
This guy's having some series. We're only 2 games into it. He doubled earlier in the game, walked in the 7th, and now a 2-run bomb in the 9th. He had 2 bombs in yesterday's ball game. So he is having a series. This guy is showing that he's one of the elite offensive catchers in the game.
That ball got well up into the stands in left center, and the wind is kind of blowing the other way. He hit that kind of into the wind.
Yeah, no doubt. So we will go back to this toast of the game ball player. How about this line in a ball game that you really needed to win?
James Outman will take a strike run.
6 2/3, 3 hits, no runs, no earned runs, 1 walk, 4 punch-outs.
David Peterson.
There you go. David Peterson will be our Benny's toast to the game ball player.
Bounce to first, fielded by Bush. Shovel toss to Savali on the bag. Score that one 3-1. 1 away, 9th inning.
And for Benny's, if you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking, but an excellent outing by Pete.
Bruce Levine is positioned down near the Cubs' third base dugout. He'll grab one of the Cubs for a quick conversation at the end of the game. And the pitch on the way. It's down low for a ball. Now I'm reading something here. I think possibly Zach Zaidman might have had something to do with this, but it says, again, sometimes we get instructions there. It says Sir Bruce Levine is on the field.
Yeah.
You know, like they do over in Great Britain.
Yeah, he might
Sir Elton John, or
he's been knighted.
Sir Paul, I beg your pardon?
Why, that's what that means. You've been knighted, Sir.
Yes,
Sir
does.
Bruce Levine, or Sir, Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney is a sir. And now the 2-0 to Torkelson. And it's outside for a ball, 3-0. But Sir Bruce Levine is going to be. Now it says he's on the field. Now that's not entirely accurate. Bruce does not make a practice of actually jumping onto the field after a game. He kind of low keys it in the Cubs dugout and waits for the players to come to him. And once Zach found out that information, he has removed the title of Sir. Ball 4 to the batter. Savali has issued a walk to Torkelson. 1 out, 1 on, 2 runs in. Cubs lead 11-2 here in the 9th inning.
Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out the Sir Bruce Levine thing. My bad.
Maybe he does some singing that we don't know about.
There you go.
And I should know this. It's not limited to singing.
Right.
It's just being kind of a famous person in whatever field that you perform in for years and years. I would imagine you should be a male.
Sir? Yeah.
I don't think Margaret Thatcher would be a candidate. Here comes the 0-2. I'm just guessing. Veerling will take outside 1-2. Yep, wasted a good college education.
Top of your game tonight, partner.
Now the 1-2 to Veerling. Bouncing ball into left field, a base hit.
Don't waste all the Hall of Fame material tonight. We got a ball game again tomorrow. We got a lot of baseball to play here in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, don't waste all that good Hall of Fame stuff right tonight. This game's about over.
The first time there's ever been a Margaret Thatcher reference on Cubs radio.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Solid.
Now Jerry will hit a ground ball to the left side. And Bregman bounces his throw to second in time. Very interesting play. Very creative play by Bregman. He was running, and he threw a one-hop throw on purpose to the second baseman Ramirez. I don't think I've ever seen that play, Ron.
Well, it's just it's a great play, and when you play third base, there are things you do when you're taking ground balls and doing. When you go hard to your left and towards center, to where the center fielder would be, and you catch the ball, the throw to second base is a really awkward throw. Because you're running one way, you're throwing another, but you can fire the ball down to the ground at your target in one hop it to second base, and that's exactly what he did. Very entertaining play.
Did you ever make that play?
Only in practice.
I don't think I've ever seen that in a big league game. But it makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. You bounce it about 10 feet in front of the guy that's at the bag, and it's an easy play for him. This ball just pops right up to him.
Jake Rogers batting, 2 balls and no strikes, a swing and a foul back, 2-1. Tigers down to their last out. Cubs with a commanding 11-2 lead. And the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a foul off to the right, out of play. Now we're getting information that is going to be a first. It says Mr. Bruce Levine will be on the field instead of in the Cubs' third base dugout.
Okay.
And the 2-2 pitch, low and outside. Tigers down to their last strike. Third and decisive game of the series tomorrow night. The 3-2 to Rogers. Fouled away. Rogers tightens up the batting glove. Even in a blowout, you like to see guys still bearing down and giving it a big league effort.
Well, now you play the game right till 27th out. Absolutely.
And the 3-2. Ball 4. Rogers gets the walk. So that'll load the bags, and the game will keep on going with 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning. Tommy Hotovy will trot out to see about Aaron Civale.
Civale went with a 3-2 curveball on that last pitch. I don't know if that's Tommy going out there and, just saying, come on, let's stay on the attack. You don't have to throw all fastballs, but 3-2, this game is over. You just want to get it over.
Civale at 45 pitches.
And that's the other thing. You don't want him throwing any more pitches than he has to, right? He's already going to, be shut down for a couple days after this number of pitches. So you want just get this thing over with.
Civale now from the windup working on Zach McKinstry. Left-handed batter. McKinstry will look at a strike. Another night game tomorrow. 7:10 p.m. the starting time. Here comes the 0-1. Fly ball left center, pretty well hit, but it should be playable. Dean is there. Cubs win the ball game. The Chicago Cubs even up the series with an 11-2 win, and they get to 13 games above 500 again. And they still have a chance to win this series, Ron. And if they can do that, it'll be their 4th consecutive series victory.
Yeah, after a tough loss yesterday, the Cubs play a very good ball game today. Offense comes out immediately in a very difficult day to hit. They bang the ball around the yard. Valdez has a very tough day, very odd for him. He is a quality pitcher, but just could not get comfortable on the mound, and the Cubs offense does its job in the first. And, when you do that and you start out with a 6-run first, good things usually finish up.
Right, it's time to fly the W, sponsored by Southwest Airlines, the official airline of the Chicago Cubs. Fly the W indeed. Let's go down to our friend Bruce Levine.
All right, guys, I'm here with Michael Conforto. And Michael, in a blowout game, you see a lot of different things, but let's start